Chapter, Community Bank, a proud Colonel booster.
Hey, this is Chris McLean with Indianola Electric. We would like to thank our loyal customers for your continued support for the past 36 years. We are in our second generation operating under the same family for over 3.5 decades. As an electrical contractor, we are here for all of your electrical needs, from service and repair to customized automation and controls. We also have a complete motor shop for new or rebuilt electric motors and generators. Give us a call today at Indianola Electric for all of your electrical needs at 662-887-3292.
Uh-oh, Olivia. I scratched the hardwood floor with my truck. Oh, no, Cooper, what are we going to do? Call my pal at Robertson Floor Service.
That's right, Cooper and Olivia. Your pap at Robertson Floor Service has been serving the Delta's flooring needs since 1992. Call us for an appointment today at 662-887-4477. Tell them, Olivia.
Come to Pep Store. We can. We do. Your hardwood floor. And get a free coat.
Get ready for the woods at Outlaw Sporting Goods in Greenwood. Find stands, attractants, feed, ammunition, rifles, and shotguns. Outlaw is a certified Benelli dealer. Find boots and clothing from Southern Marsh, Cool, and Drake. We have a wall of handguns, archery range, bows by Hoyt, Elite, and Bowtech, crossbows, youth bows, Rage, broadheads, Yeti coolers in every size and color. Duck hunters, we have decoys, shells, and waders. If you need it, Outlaw Sporting Goods has it. When you leave Outlaw Sporting Goods, you just feel better. Outlaw Sporting Goods, Greenwood.
Welcome back to the Delta South Motors pregame show here from Legion Field. The IA Colonels and the St. Joe Fighting Irish about to go at it. We apologize for the technical difficulties. Not sure at what point we lost you. Brady and I were talking about the quarterback play from the IA Colonels last week. Will Davis in the win over Pillow Academy. 3 total touchdowns, 2 on the ground, 1 through the air. I'll let Brady finish up those comments on the quarterback.
The only other thing that I was going to say about Will, as the season progresses along, we have to keep him healthy. We got to keep that quarterback position. That's your key. That's your floor general out there in a basketball game, your point guard. That's your main guy. That's going to kick and get your offense going. And he probably doesn't need to run the ball as much as he did last week. And even though he has the capability of running it, you take a lot of nicks and bumps and bruises, and we got to. It's a long schedule. If we're going to make it to should we attend the state championship game again? That's 14 games. That's 14 hits. Right. Each time making a run there, and that's a lot of licks. I'm not saying that he's not capable of doing it. I'm just saying he don't need to take as many licks.
And on the other side of the field, the Irish lost quarterback Bryce Johnson. He's now at the U.S. Naval Academy. In comes younger brother Dylan Johnson, who many say has a chance to be a better overall athlete, and he's got some help in the backfield as well with junior running back Trey Benson, a couple of 4-star recruits in the backfield for the Irish.
Yeah, I watched a solo highlight reel on them on the Delta News last week, or Delta Sports, and I tell you, they've got some talent there on their field, which they did last year. I knew they weren't going to take too far of a step back, and looked great out there. Been watching them in pregame warm-up drills. They're going to be another big team. Pill Academy was a big team as well last week. Indianola Academy felt like we were pretty evenly matched there. Felt like, though, in the second half, special teams played a lot better favor for us. And also I felt our coaching staff made some halftime adjustments, maybe a little better than Pill Academy. And that was the difference in last week's game. I thought it was a well-played game, and I expect kind of the same tonight.
Defensively for the Colonels last week, they give up the touchdown on Pilla's opening drive, and after that, pretty much shut them down, only allowed 6 points the rest of the way, and playmakers all over the field for this IA Colonel defense.
It is. It really is. Like I mentioned last week, we gave the nickname the Nasty Boys there. Those linebacking core, I love those guys. They really get after it, make some plays. You see that initial defensive line maybe get washed away or blown down, and then suddenly, boom, they sticking on you, and they're jumping in the holes there. And the defensive tackles sometimes are kind of taught, hey, take those blocks there, take those linemen out with you so that you, pile it up in there, or B, you leave those linebackers open there so they can make the proper reads and adjustments there and come in and make the play. So defense really did well last week. You think about it, going back on it, we had the home run ball on a halfback pass,
yep.
And Randy Kimball was good coverage there. It just timed his jump there, and it was that close, could have gone either way. And the other time we had a bad open field tackle, and the receiver for Pill Academy was able to take it all the way downfield. Other than that, we kept them out of the end zone, and that's a pretty good, considering Pill Academy was very talented on the offensive side of the ball.
Absolutely. Colonels and the Irish about 12 minutes away from kickoff here from Legion Field. This is the Delta South Motors pregame show. Delta South Motors located at 400 Highway 82, Indianola. Your Delta dealer with the better deal on late model, low mileage cars, trucks, and SUVs. They're open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Go by and see Tommy Cook or give him a call at 662-887-7757. Find their inventory online at deltasouthmotors.com. You can also check them out on Facebook as well, and they do have bank financing available. That's Delta South Motors of Indianola. The IA Colonels and the St. Joe Fighting Irish. As we tick down toward kickoff, we'll take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll give you the starting lineups for the Colonels as you're listening to IA Colonel Football on Super Talk for the Delta.
Folks, Brady Smith with Sunflower Lumber and Home Center here to tell you about our company. Since the 1940s, Sunflower Lumber has been in the same location with the same mission we have today. That's customer service and satisfaction to the fullest. Our dedicated, knowledgeable staff is here to work for you, whether adding on to the hunting camp, updating your kitchen or bath, spring cleaning around your property, or replacing your roof. We're your first stop for all your project needs. Stop by today at 204 Highway 82 in Indianola or give us a call at 662-887-1511 and see what shopping local can do for you. That's Sunflower Lumber and Home Center. And go Colonels.
Pecans are only the beginning of what you'll find at Indianola Pecan House. Stop in for gift items from your favorite universities, great silver and gold jewelry from designers like Ronaldo, gourmet food items, cupcakes, caramel and pound cake, pecan pies, all made fresh daily. And they also create custom gift baskets for any occasion. Come in and sample their most recent flavors of pecans, crunchy praline popcorn and crunchy praline. Serving pecans around the world for over 30 years from 1013 Highway 82 East, Indianola Pecan House, home of the original praline pecan.
When it comes to your business, every decision you make is a big one. And when it comes to decisions about your money, well, let's just say those decisions are huge. At Guarantee Bank, we've taken the time to really understand what makes a growing business tick. As a result, we've created a special program that's designed for businesses like yours. We offer business banking services that are focused on making your business better and ultimately your life too. And isn't that what it's all about? We're Mississippi's Guarantee Bank and Trust Company. Big bank sophistication, small town values. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Some call it low smoke ahead-us. Some can't even pronounce it, but everyone agrees that low smoke ahead-us has delicious, authentic Mexican food that makes your mouth water. Satisfied customers from all over the Mississippi Delta dine with Juan and his staff every chance they get, and you will too. Low smoke ahead-us also has a party room that you can reserve for birthday parties, anniversaries, and just a good time. You won't feel crowded, and the atmosphere is that perfect setting for authentic Mexican food. That's Low Smoke Ahead-us Mexican Restaurant, Highway 82 in Indianola.
Welcome back as we continue with the Delta South Motors pregame show. Watson Cook and Brady Smith with you from Legion Field. The IA Colonels and the St. Joe Fighting Irish about to lock heads here in Week 2 of the MAIS football season. The head coach of the Fighting Irish is John Baker. They compete in District 2 of MAIS AA football. This is the 4th all-time meeting between the Colonels and the Irish. IA holds a 3-0 series lead. Last year in Greenville, the Colonels picked up a 40-28 win and looking for win number 4 in a row over the Irish here tonight. Head coach of the IA Colonels is Tommy Nestor. He's in his 13th season at Indianola Academy and holds a record of 103-44 in Indianola. His assistants are Clete Putnam, Shan Wright, Alan Hill, and Ray Bridges. We'll give you the starting lineups for the IA Colonels. We'll start on the defensive side. At one defensive end will be a junior, number 72, James Roberts, recorded 2 total tackles in the win over Pillow last week. At nose guard, a junior, number 53, Peyton Barnes, 3 total tackles last week. The other defensive end will be a sophomore, number 56, Ashton Powell, 6 total tackles a week ago. At outside linebacker will be a senior, number 14, Josh Hill, 3 tackles in the win last week. Middle linebacker, a senior, number 3, Stephon Smith, 12 tackles to lead the team in that department a week ago. And the other outside linebacker, another senior, number 28, Wesley Lester, who recorded 6 total tackles last week. At the Rocket position will be a senior, number 80, Eli Lipsy, 3 tackles in the win over the Mustangs last week. At the Laser will be a junior, number 25, Woods Toller, 7 tackles and a big interception in that win over Pilla a week ago. At one cornerback will be a senior, number 4, Randy Kimball, who recorded 2 total tackles. The other corner, another senior, number 2, Day-Day Willis, 4 total tackles and a pass deflection And the free safety is a junior number 21, James Hill, who recorded 3 tackles in week 1. On the offensive side, up front at left tackle will be a junior, number 66, John Landon Chisholm. At left guard, a sophomore, number 58, Drew Tannehill. At center, a senior, number 57, Logan White. At right guard, a senior, number 59, Alex Tannehill. And at right tackle, a junior, number 72, James Roberts. The tight end for the Colonels is a senior, number 3, Stephon Smith. Had 2 receptions for 39 yards a week ago. We'll also see senior Josh Hill get a lot of looks in the pass game as well. He recorded 1 reception for 8 yards in week 1. The 2 starting wideouts, a junior, number 18, Thomas Putnam, did not record a catch last week, was not targeted, if I remember right, last week, but played a big role in the outside blocking game for the Colonels. The other starting receiver is a senior, number 4, Randy Kimball, 2 receptions, 64 yards, and a touchdown in week 1. In the backfield at tailback will be a senior, number 2, Day Willis, 10 carries for 90 yards, also had 1 reception for 7 yards a week ago. The fullback is a senior, number 28, Wesley Lester, who had 17 carries for 71 yards and 2 touchdowns last week, also had 2 receptions for 32 yards. And the starting quarterback is a senior, number 15, Will Davis. He was 8 of 15 last week for 152 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. He also carried the ball 14 times for 76 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's your starting lineup for the IA Colonels, who are at home for the first time in 2018, wearing their all-royal blues with white letters, white numbers, and the white IA logo on the helmet. The Colonel captains tonight are seniors Clint Jones, Logan White, Day Willis, and Randy Kimball. For the visitors from Greenville, the St. Joe Fighting Irish, they are in their road whites with green letters, green numbers, the gold helmet with the green Luck of the Irish cloverleaf on the side of the helmet. And your captains tonight for the Irish are number 4, Vince Taylor, number 14, Darius Moten, and number 23, Jacob Nelson. As we, about 4.5 minutes from kickoff, we'll remind you that Greenville Motorsports is the sponsor of all IA Colonel First Downs. Your halftime show tonight will be brought to you by Vance's Quick Mart of Indianola. Coming up in our post-game show, we'll be naming the Lost Pizza Company players of the game, as well as the Bill's Body Shop collision of the game. And we want to take an opportunity to say thank you to all of our sponsors who allow us to bring you Colonel football week in and week out. Brady, I know we've had a lot of people tell us, and we see by the support that we get to put us on the air, a lot of people anticipate Colonel football on Friday nights, and that's been the trend here for the last 6-7 years especially.
Yeah, it really has, and a big sea of blue has come out tonight, as it is a lot of people already out here, you know, soaking in this sun and this pregame atmosphere here. It's a good, cool, crisp night here tonight, and feels real good. It's feeling like it's getting to be football season, and of course up here in the nice press box that we have here, the still pretty new feel to it, even though I think we're in, year 3 now with it. So, you know, it's very nice here and looks real good, and air's kicking up here real good. So we talked about it last year. We kind of played with it, maybe selling seats up here. Maybe that'd be pretty cool. That way everybody can get up here and watch what we do and kind of get our feel of it and everything. So, but a great atmosphere tonight and glad to be a part of it.
St. Joe has won the toss. They have elected to receive, so the Irish will get the football first here tonight as we're still about 3 minutes away from kickoff. We'll remind you that you can watch live video stream of IA Colonel football tonight and all season long by going to YouTube and searching the Indianola Academy Sports Network. You can also find our audio stream at supertalk.fm/high school and scroll down to the IA helmet there. You can take Colonel football with you anywhere you go. Glad you're with us tonight on 96.9 Super Talk for the Delta. Colonels members of District 1 and MAIS AAA football. You look at the district standings just after week 1. Bio Academy 1-0. They knocked off Riverfield last week, 48-25. Bio is at Central Hines tonight. Of course, we mentioned the Colonels knocking off Pillow last week, hosting St. Joe tonight. Kirk Academy 0-1. They were knocked off by Heritage last week, 35-7. They are at Columbus Christian. Lee Academy 0-1. They were defeated by Marshall Academy, 35-20. They are hosting Magnolia Heights tonight, and North Delta 0-1. They went all the way down to Centerville last week and fell 24-6. They are hosting Brookhaven Academy tonight. So that's a look at District 1 AAA, and as we said, none bigger than the matchup here tonight at Legion Field, the IA Colonels and the St. Joe Fighting Irish. These kids know each other, that they've become bitter rivals the last 3 years. It was instantly a rivalry after the first game in the series here 3 years ago, and all the games have been close. They've been exciting, and we expect nothing less tonight.
Yeah, I think so as well, Watson. You know, back in the early 90s and 80s and 70s, you know, Washington School from Greenville was our rivalry there, and also Pilla as well. And then, you know, they've stayed up in the higher classifications. We were the smaller, went down. It's been a great thing here adding St. Joe to the, to MAIS here, and it's been a great rivalry. And you know, it's a short 30-minute trip over there to Greenville, Mississippi. So it's truly worked out here and got everybody excited. And these guys love to hit just as much as Indianola Academy does.
The Colonels have taken the field. The crowd is on their feet, and crowd continues to build here at Legion Field. If you're in the area, come on out. Beautiful night for football as we get ready for the Irish to take the field. I want to once again say thank you to Delta South Motors of Indianola for bringing you our pregame show. They're located at 400 Highway 82 in Indianola. Go by and see Tommy Cook, your Delta dealer, with the better deal on late model, low mileage cars, trucks, and SUVs. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 6, and on Saturdays, 9 to 3. Give them a call at 662-887-7757. And also check out their website for all their inventory. That's deltasouthmotors.com. And they're on Facebook as well. That seems to be how everybody gets their information these days, not so much the website anymore. Everything's on Facebook these days. Delta South Motors right there with them. Bank financing is available at Delta South. Just about ready for the prayer and national anthem, so we will step away and take a 2-minute break and be back with the kickoff. You're listening to Colonel Football on Super Talk for the Delta.
Magic Mart Pharmacy is a proud supporter of IA Colonel football. We know it takes hard work and commitment to win football games. Come by and let us work hard to earn your business. Serving Indianola and the Delta area as your hometown pharmacy for 25 years. That's Magic Mart Pharmacy, located on Highway 82 East behind McDonald's, with a drive-through window for your convenience. Magic Mart Pharmacy, where your health is our business. Go Colonels!
David Smith Construction of Inverness is a proud Indianola Academy sponsor. At David Smith Construction, our reputation is building every day. And Coach Tommy Nestor and the Colonels have built a winning tradition that we are proud of. Whether it be commercial or residential, let us take care of your building needs. We've been building for satisfied customers since 1982, and we would love to add you to that list. David Smith Construction is located on Highway 49 in Inverness. Call David Smith today at 265-6060.
Affordable without compromise. That's not easy to come by when shopping for a compact utility tractor. Unless you make a visit to Waite Incorporated, you'll find a high-performance John Deere tractor at a reasonable price. Like the John Deere 3E Series tractors, which pack the horsepower and features needed to tackle any job. Pair that with a 6-year powertrain warranty that covers both residential and commercial use at no additional cost. It's just one more reason to visit your Waite Incorporated dealership today. Waite Incorporated, your North Mississippi John Deere dealer, delivering service, solutions, and success since 1909.
Proud supporters of Colonel Football, the Tackett family, owners of Heartland Catfish Company, farm 7,200 surface water acres of catfish and 15,000 acres of grain land. That makes us the largest single grower of farm-raised catfish in the U.S. Heartland is committed to supplying our customers with the highest quality farm-raised catfish products. Be sure and eat catfish raised in the Mississippi Delta by looking for the Heartland seal, smooth, clean fillet cuts that meet the highest standards, just like Indianola Academy and Colonel Football. Heartland Catfish, a proud sponsor of Colonel Football.
Welcome back as we wrap up the Delta South Motors pregame show to get you ready for kickoff from Legion Field between the IA Colonels and the St. Joe Fighting Irish. As we mentioned before the last break, the Irish won the toss. They want the football, and they will send back their dangerous 1-2 backfield punch. Trey Benson and Dylan Johnson deep to return the kick from IA junior Spencer Robertson. Robertson will tee it up at the 40. Colonels will kick right to left here to open up the first quarter.
That was technical difficulties here starting. Looks like can't tell. The official on the sideline is trying to get everybody's attention up here in the booth.
Trying to get that sorted out. Now it looks like they may be ready for play. Home opener for the IA Colonels, where they have had a ton of success in recent years. In fact, a 40-game win streak dating back to 2012 on the line here tonight. Tough opponent with the St. Joe Fighting Irish. This one should go down to the wire.
I knew you'd work that in there somehow, some way.
Now the officials blow the whistle ready for play and wait on Robertson to approach the tee. Colonels rush toward the line. We are underway. It's a sky kick. Fair catch called for and brought in at the 29 of the Irish by A.J. McLeod, and that's where St. Joe will start first and 10.
I tell you, Watson, for this being a first-year kicker, I mean, I know Spencer didn't just start kicking right now, but still, that's pretty talented there to make a nice a kick like that. Starting off the game, you know you got the jitters, and he hit that thing just exactly perfect there. You definitely want to keep that out of those backs, the deep backs there, and get that ball in those up backs' hands and call for the fair catch there. Colonels running their lanes, getting downfield, and making them call the fair catch. So Colonel's defense going to come out here with good field position.
5 wide to open the game for the Irish. Quarterback Dylan Johnson will work out of the gun. Ball is on the far hash. Takes a snap, quick pass right side. Caught there by Vince Taylor and works ahead up to the 35 to 36 before he's wrestled off his feet as Wesley Lester and Randy Kimball combined on the tackle.
Well, St. Joe just spreading the field here. Hey, when you spread that field there, defense has to get out of the box there. That's going to leave less people in there, and that's going to make that scrambling situation for the quarterback if there's nothing to throw there. So it is a dual threat here in this offense. Dylan Johnson can throw and he can run as well.
Second and 3 from the 36 after a 7-yard pickup. This time Johnson throws left side. It's caught and immediately wrapped up is Jacob Nelson. Stephon Smith, the first to get there. They'll lose a few on that play.
I can tell you this, you don't want to hit Jacob Nelson high. He is a bowling ball out there, and I think that was Day Willis that hit him and kind of just bounced off of him there, and it took 3 or 4 of them to bring him down there, but they finally did. Great coverage there by Indianola Academy defensive secondary to put in a 3rd and long situation.
Loss of 5 back to the 31, 3rd and 8. Johnson will send 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Empty backfield. Johnson looking downfield, now going to tuck it and run. Tries to cut outside, wrestled down by Josh Hill. Stayed on his feet somehow and is going to work for the first down. Wow, Hill had him down back around the 34. Johnson able to escape and picks up an Irish first down to the 41. A 10-yard pickup.
Great scramble there by the quarterback. We mentioned it in pregame how dicey Dylan Johnson's going to be there, and he is a great guy and a good athlete, talented guy, and tough. Indianola Academy had him wrapped up there. That would have been a big defensive stand. Just could not get him.
No score, 10:30 to play first quarter. Benson in for the first time in the backfield tonight as Johnson will work out of the gun. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Handoff will go to Benson. Straight ahead. Puts his head down, fights through a Colonel crowd, and falls to the 44 for a 3-yard pickup. James Roberts among the Colonels in on the stop along with Ashton Powell.
Yeah, defense getting in there. They're spread out like we talked about earlier. They're not able to stack into the box like they want to. It's a lot less defenders in there spreading the field, and St. Joe just capitalizing on that, finding some holes there, coming up with 4 yards there, and going to make a 2nd down and manageable play. The playbook is still open for St. Joe's offense.
2nd and 7 from the Irish 44. Ball is on the far hash. Opening drive of the night. Johnson will stay in the gun with Benson in the backfield. 2 receivers to either side. And now the official's going to blow things dead. I don't believe the play clock started.
I was about to say, I was wondering what occurred there.
We've got a stop and play with 9:25 to go first quarter. No score.
Everybody's still working the kinks out. It's first game of the season.
Now they've got the play clock ready, and we'll try again. 2nd and 7 for the Irish from their own 44. Talking about Benson on the last carry, I watched him break 8 tackles in one play. Looking at some film last week in their win over Riverside.
Oh, wow.
Pretty shifty runner.
Yeah.
Johnson will take the snap from the gun, runs the option right side, keeps it for himself, and he's going to be wrestled down just shy of midfield. Stephon Smith, Woods Toller, James Hill all in on the stop. They'll mark it at the 48, a 4-yard pickup.
Almost over-pursued there in so much anticipation of getting to the outside. And once Johnson cut back there from his quarterback position in the option there, there was really nobody there. And then we hit him kind of high. We got to wrap up and bring him down with authority there.
3rd and 3 for the Irish. Clock runs, 8:30 to play first quarter, still no score. Johnson from the gun with Benson to his right. 4 wide again. Handoff will go to Benson, makes the cut up the middle. He's got the first down in Colonel territory, taking off his feet at the IA-47. Ashton Powell among the first to get to him.
Just kind of run a veer play there where you're reading what your defensive end does. Defensive end shot upfield there, so Benson kept it in between the tackles there, had to commit up the middle of the field there. Indianola Academy had no defenders in that area, able to move the chains again. Defensive line's got to stay low. Right now we're getting blowed off the ball. That's a big offensive line, though, so that is a tough task to handle.
1st and 10 Irish. Same look with 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Johnson and Benson will work from the backfield. Johnson fakes the give, calls his own number straight ahead. Eludes one Colonel, tries to spin out of Woods Toller's arms, and with some help from Randy Kimball, they're going to wrestle him out of bounds. Surprised the officials didn't blow that one dead. They let that one kind of keep going, and that's where you get into some extracurricular stuff. But good job by both teams there. They'll mark Johnson's progress at the IA-42, a gain of 5.
Well, I couldn't tell if they did or didn't blow it dead. I think it was Randy Kimball that was kind of holding on to him there. It looked like he kind of gave up at the last second there, like he might have heard a whistle. Yeah. But, of course, us being up here in the press box and then also with our earphones on, cannot hear anything down there. So, I can't tell, but I tell you this much: Johnson did not quit turning those feet until that whistle blew.
2nd and 5 Irish from the Colonel 42. Ball is on the near hash. No score with 7:05 to play first quarter. Johnson takes the snap, and one of his receivers, Raphael Henry, got about a 10-second head start. That'll be a false start against the Irish.
He was committed to that route as well.
Yes. Ran at full speed.
Hey, if you're going to go all out. That's all I got to say.
A 5-yard penalty will make it 2nd and 10 back to the Colonel 47.
Watson will take it any way we can get it. St. Joe, if they're going to shoot themselves in the foot here, we'll gladly accept that. Indianola Academy defense has got to settle in here, though. Right here is the time to make that stop.
2nd and 10 for the Irish after the penalty. Johnson continues to work from the gun. Highly doubt we see him go under center tonight. He'll hand off to Benson, looking for running room around the left edge. Going to be wrestled down from behind by Ashton Powell. Josh Hill came in, gave the pursuit, kind of made him stretch out further than he wanted to. Powell came in to clean things up. A short gain. They'll mark it at the 46. Only a 1-yard pickup, 3rd and 9 coming up.
Watson, I do like to see that we are double team, gang tackling and everything, but at the same time, it's scary to see that how shifty they are, and it's taken more than one person to bring them down. Hadn't seen many solo tackles here tonight, and I tell you, St. Joe's running backs are very talented.
Timeout on the field, 6:15 to play first quarter. No score between the Colonels and the Irish. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back with Colonel football on Super Talk for the Delta.
Year was 1953. The average wage was $4,000 a year. Gas was 20 cents a gallon, and Dwight D. Eisenhower became president. In that same year, in the land of cotton, the Mississippi Delta, Abrahams was born. Michael and Helen Abraham carry on the proud tradition of offering the finest collection of men and women's clothing for Indianola and all of the Delta. Jeans from Big Star and Silver, mountain khaki shorts and pants, and Polo and Cotton Brothers for men. For the ladies, shoes by OTBT, Barefoot Dream sweaters and Carly dresses and tunics. And don't forget Patagonia and True Grit in ladies and men's. Proud Colonel Boosters, Abrahams, downtown Indianola.
There's something special about having that trusted friend by you each day. No matter what life brings, he's always there, ready to lend an ear, a smile, and even a helping paw. At Planters Bank, that's what we're here for. We believe in you, and we're cheering you on each and every step. And in the places we can help, we'll be giving you that extra push you need. Planters Bank, growing together. Member FDIC.
Welcome back. Coming out of the timeout, Irish have 3rd and 9 from the Colonel 46. No score with 6:07 to play first quarter. Johnson looks to pass right side. It's in and out of the hands of intended receiver Vince Taylor. That'll bring up 4th and 9. Brady, I understand we've got quite the viewing and listening audience in Start Vegas tonight.
Yeah, we do. That's exactly right there. Glad everybody out there is listening in Colonel Nation there. We got Dalen Beals out there watching as well. And along with a lot of people, I tell you, everybody's out there full force harvesting right now. It hadn't rained the past couple of days. Definitely want to give a shout-out to all those guys listening in on the combines. And I even had a text from a buddy over in Greenville. Greg Davis is out there harvesting, going to be listening in tonight.
4th and 9, Irish going to go. Johnson has time in the pocket. Now going to step up and run. Looks to make a couple of moves. He's inside the 40. Hits and falls forward to the 38. Going to be a yard shy. That'll be a turnover on downs and a good defensive stand there by the Colonel.
I tell you what, he almost fell forward there to get that momentum. That was very close there. Wow, watching Dylan Johnson is very exciting there on the offensive side of the ball. And you hate to see it for that offense. That was tough break there. Just too little too late. That penalty shot him in the foot there, though,
yeah.
and it just stalled that drive there that time. I tell you what, that team's they're going to be out after us all night long tonight. They're great defensive series stand, though, by the Colonels.
With 5:49 to play in the first quarter, Colonels with their first offensive series of the night. They'll start at their own 38.
I did notice, Watson, we're going to have to start breaking down a little bit more and making some open field tackles. We're over pursuing, and they've got the jukes and jives there, and they're doing a great job of running hard.
And officials stop things again, obviously having some play clock issues.
I don't see the play clock hasn't started. You called it right.
And I think they're going to say they're going to keep it on the field. The officials, pointing and saying the back judge is going to keep the play clock.
And that's unfortunate for your quarterback there because that is a very helpful tool there, especially whenever you're trying to draw things out a little bit longer and calm people down. That's tough there to do. It's to your advantage if those things are going. But nonetheless, hopefully up here in the booth we'll work that out and be able to start that again, maybe second quarter.
So no score between the Colonels and the Irish. 5:49 to play first quarter. Officials get things sorted out on the field, and we'll get our first look. This Colonel offensive unit tonight, quarterback Will Davis. Start under center now. Coach Nestor wanting an explanation. Pleased with what he heard from the officials, and now we're ready to play again. Backs will be split with Lester and Willis in the backfield. Putnam, the receiver, to the right. Kimball, receiver, to the left. Putnam comes in motion to the near side. Handoff will go to Lester. Straight ahead, runs into a wall and is driven backwards. They'll mark his progress up to the 41, a 3-yard pickup. Bring up 2nd and 7.
Might be a little generous of a gift there, but I'll take it, Hey, home field advantage there. I'll take it any way I can get it. Lester really had a nice initial surge there. St. Joe, their defensive front there is a very good size. Wow. 677 is checking in as well, so that is definitely going to be a handful for Indianola Academy offensive line here. We got to win in the battle of the trenches here.
2nd and a long 7 from their own 41. Davis will go under center again with Putnam and Kimball to the left. Putnam goes in motion far side. Davis with a 3-step drop, throws left side, had Kimball open and short hopped him by a couple of yards. I don't know if that slipped out of Davis's hands or what, but not how he wanted the pass to get out there. 3rd and 7 coming up.
Yeah, I felt like he had plenty of time in the pocket there to get his feet set. I did not see what occurred there, though. I like the call by Coach Nestor, and I believe the route was open. We just could not get him the ball there. Tough break for the Colonels' offense here. We're going to be faced with a 3rd and long, obviously a passing situation. Somebody's going to have to get open, and this offensive line is going to be called on to do some blocking.
3rd and 7 from their own 41. I formation in the backfield. Play action for Davis. Rolls out to his left. steps up and throws, and nobody home. I don't know where he was going with that. Putnam kind of ran a short out just across the 50. Kimball was deep down the field, and Davis just split them. There was nobody there. 4th and 7 coming up. Josh Hill going to come on to punt it away for the Colonel.
Yeah, Will didn't look very comfortable there on that series at all, and had time to throw the ball there, actually, and he was rolled out of the pocket there, although he did roll to his left, so that is a little bit tougher throw for the quarterback to make, a right-handed quarterback, and Will's done it very well over all the years, but just could not connect there with his receiver this series.
Hill back to punt, will stand at his own 27. He had one attempt last week at Pillow Academy. That went for 25 yards. Benson and Johnson back to return for the Irish. Good snap back to Hill. Gets off a long kick. Going to take Johnson all the way back to his own 21. Looks to run it right side. Picks up a couple of blocks. Now cuts in at the 32 and will be taken down there. James Hill, the first to get downfield and wrap him up.
Good routes ran by our special teams there. Josh Hill did a great job of getting that ball off. Had a little pressure applied to him there. Almost kicked it into a blocker, or a would-be blocker, and was able to get it off instead, though, and did a great job of getting it downfield. Our guys ran their routes real well. Gang tackling, got down there and made the play. Great job by the Colonel special team.
38-yard punt, 11 yards on the return. 1st and 10 Irish at their own 32. Still no score, with 4:41 to play in the first quarter. Irish go back to the empty backfield, 5 wide, 3 receivers left, 2 to the near side. Dylan Johnson, junior quarterback, highly recruited, steps back looking to throw. Goes over the middle, in and out of the hands, had a man open at the 43. That was Herman Brown. He may have heard footsteps.
Yeah, not sure. Herman looked like he was actually going to make a move there, or you're exactly right. We were applying a little pressure. Our defensive secondary was, but the senior there, definitely not what he was wanting to do there. He was wanting to watch that ball in. Again, this game's been hyped up pretty big here. The news and the media has really gotten this thing fired up, and there's a lot of jitters out there, and these guys are really amped up and ready to go, and so far they're putting on a show, but it's a defensive show.
2nd and 10 Irish from their own 32. Ball is on the near hash. 5 receivers again for Johnson. Colonel's showing pressure now back off. Pass is caught at the 40 by Benson, and he picks up an Irish first down across the 45 to the 47. 15-yard pickup.
Well, nice catch and pass there from the quarterback to the receiver there, Dylan Johnson to Trey Benson. That's going to be his favorite target, I'm pretty sure, tonight. Great job there also by Eli Lipsy, the senior, making a nice open field tackle, because that could have got ugly very quick. And Benson, whenever he gets out in that open field there, he's got the wheels to make some moves. Make it a 14-yard gain. They put it at the 46. 1st and 10 Irish, ball on the far hash. This time they send trips to the wide side of the field, the right side. Johnson looks to pass, has time in the pocket again, steps up to run. Gets to midfield in Colonel territory and tripped up around the ankles. Wesley Lester coming up to make the stop. They'll mark it at the Colonel 48. 6-yard gain will bring up 2nd and 4. Yeah, Lester, they're doing a good job making an open field tackle there, because he almost let him slip by him there. And again, that's another player that whenever, he gets those wheels and that momentum going behind him, he can make some things happen. They spread the field out, and that's spreading your defense out. These guys really got to put the pressure.
Make it a 7-yard gain to the 47, 2nd and 3. 3:30 and counting to go in the first quarter. Still no score. There was movement up front, no flags. Johnson looking to pass, gets out of trouble in the backfield, now steps up, throws downfield, had a man open, but picked off by Randy Kimball at the 9. Kimball came out of nowhere, still on his feet on the return, gets up to the 19, and we've got bodies going to the ground well after the play was over. Way back at the Irish 40, that was Johnson, and Stephon Smith got tangled up, but Randy Kimball coming up with the big pick because the receiver was open momentarily, and Kimball came in to grab that one up. They'll mark it at the 20, 1st and 10 Colonel.
Yeah, he was wide open there. Dylan Johnson just put too much air under it. Randy Kimball able to come in there and make a nice pick. Great job. Is that our 2nd interception on the year?
Yes, Toller had one last week.
That's exactly right. Great job there by defense, coming up big And the secondary is going to get called upon a lot tonight, Watson, and the guys really stepped up and made a big play.
3:13 to play first quarter, no score. Colonels with another opportunity after going 3 and out on their first series. Davis will be under center with Lester and Willis split behind him. Handoff will go to Lester. And he is stacked up at the line of scrimmage, nowhere to go. No gain on the play will bring up 2nd and 10.
Well, this offensive line is still getting caught upon here, trying to establish that ground game, going in the trenches. So that's going to be our bread and butter there, running between the tackles. Hopefully we're going to wear on those front defensive linemen there. Those guys look amped up and ready to go. They are really standing up our offensive line right now and making it tough to find some open lanes. I like our splits being tight in there as well. Hopefully that'll open up a little outside game.
2 tight ends set. Putnam, the receiver, to the right. Kimball to the left. Lester in the backfield. Davis looking to pass. Throws left side way over the head of Randy Kimball. And Coach Nestor with his hands on his hip trying to figure out what's got Davis so uncomfortable here early.
Yeah, he has gotten a little shaken up here so far. And not sure. He really hadn't had any pressure on him so far yet. So I'm not really sure other than he's just really keyed up. And big athletes get keyed up like this in games like this. It is a big game here. It's not a district game, but, you know, we're talking bragging rights. Also, we are 3-0 against them, and it's a good game here. I mean, this is a good team, both teams, and we've said it all week. It should be a great matchup.
3rd and 10 from the Colonel 20. Davis will work out of the gun, trip receivers to the left. Looking to pass. Left side over the head of Willis, the intended receiver. And the Colonels will have to punt it once again.
Again, I'm not seeing what he's doing there, but his mechanics are off. His timing's off just a hair there, and it's making that ball sail high. You know, fortunately, though, it's making the ball sail high on everybody, so no defender can catch the ball either. So we hadn't thrown a pick so far, and Davis just going to have to work on his timing here on the sidelines.
He'll back to punt his first attempt. Went 38 yards. He'll go back and stand at his own 6 with Benson and Johnson to return. Good snap back. Hill rolls to his right. Gets off another high, long kick. Johnson will go back, haul it in at the 32. And gets the block up to the 40 and taken down hard off his feet. Somebody had him by the ankles, and Spencer Robertson came in with a big lick there to end the play. I think that was Lipsy who had him around the feet.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, Lipsy did a great job again running our lanes downfield and getting down there so that Johnson is not able to make some kind of miraculous run back return. And I tell you, that is a talented young man here, and it's been exciting. I mean, we're not even out of the first quarter yet. This has been an exciting game, though, watching that young man play out there. I tell you, every play something can happen.
48-yard punt out of Hill, 8 yards on the return. 1st and 10, Irish from their own 40. No score with 2:14 to play in the first quarter. Irish will have it, and for the first time, I think tonight, correct me if I'm wrong, we see Jacob Nelson, the big fullback, in the game.
Yep.
He'll take the handoff, looks for running room around the left side, gets out of 2 Colonels, but then Ashton Powell comes in to bring him down. Evan Smith over there as well. Behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose 2. 2nd and 12.
I do like our game plan there, Watson, where we hit them low and off and definitely use that 12th man, the sidelines there, to help make that tackle as well. Indianola Academy is going to have to hit that young man very low. Jacob Nelson, a talented senior there for St. Joe, the running back. And I tell you, he put up some numbers last week against Riverside. I didn't get his stats, but he definitely produced there for him.
Scoreless with 1:33 to play in the first quarter. Irish with 2nd and 12 from their own 38. Johnson will take the snap out of the gun. Turn and hand off to Benson. Makes a couple of cuts, and he's wrestled down on the original line of scrimmage. He's fighting forward and works all the way up to the 44 before he's taken down. 6-yard gain. We'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Defense still kind of tackling up high there and trying to chop or trying to tackle up high there and not able to do that, and they got to hit somebody low.
Under a minute to play now in the first quarter. Still scoreless from Legion Field. The IA Colonels and St. Joe Fighting Irish. Defensive struggle thus far as Eli Lipsy had to race off the field and goes down to his knees. Hopefully he'll be able to return. The Clint Jones check into the game for Lipsy. Johnson works from the gun, play action, steps up in the pocket, throws over the middle, and got to be pass interference there. There was early contact as Spencer Robertson came in to bump Vince Taylor, the intended receiver, and the Irish will pick up a cheap first down there.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. I believe number 4, Vince Taylor, will have to still come out of the game because his helmet did come off. So he will have to go out and sit a play, even though it was a result of a penalty. He does go and check out there. So Randy Kimball just getting in there just a second too soon there, and just, I tell you, had good coverage. Just one step, he's got to get his timing down.
22 seconds left to go in the first quarter. We wait on the chains to get caught up to speed here after they mark the penalty off. Not sure, did I miss something? I had to go close the door. Did I miss a call here? They're going to walk this back. Now they're going to step it off. Well, I figured that's what the official was doing. I wasn't sure why the teams were going with him. Yeah, now they will put it at the Colonel 41. It will be 1st and 10 Irish.
Well, defense just needs to take a deep breath here and come back and regroup. And I tell you, we do have a tough task, and I know Coach Nestor and company have been getting them ready all week long, and this talented offense, though, really seems like every time where we have them almost pinned and almost held, boom, they break out and do something here. So it's just been a very interesting game all week. All this first quarter.
15-yard penalty, 1st and 10 Irish from the Colonel 41. Ball is on the far hash. 22 seconds left to play in the first quarter. We're still scoreless from Legion Field. Johnson fakes the give to Moten, calls his own number. He's hit hard and brought down. 5 Colonels converging on Johnson just inside the 40. I believe Stephon Smith was the first to get there. Alex Tannehill in there as well.
That was a nice lick there. I wish I could call who it was for the Bills Body Shop nominee there, but it was a nice lick with authority, and that's what you're going to have to do there. You're going to have to hit Dylan Johnson early and often, make him not want to run that ball, but a gifted athlete like he is wants the ball in his hands, and he's going to get it there all night long.
3-yard gain, 2nd and 7. That brings the first quarter to a close. No score between the Colonels and the Irish from Legion Field. We'll take 1 minute and be back with Colonel Football on Super Talk for the Delta.
Unit at South Sunflower County Hospital? That's easy. It's the best place to get better. When you need skilled nursing or rehab after a hospital stay, choose South Sunflower County Hospital close to home. On-site therapy, state-of-the-art technology, and easy access to physicians makes South Sunflower County Hospital a great place to get better. During hospitalization and after, South Sunflower County Hospital in Indianola believes that better medicine begins with big hearts. Remember the big hearts and the swing bed unit that's close to home. South Sunflower County Hospital.
Born and raised in the Delta, we get it. We understand your connection to this land because ours is just as strong. It's not only been our home for 7 generations, but the home of those we care about. We value the natural resources of the Delta and the joy they bring to us. Our goal every day is to nurture and protect those as we continue to provide the best services possible to our customers. That's Gresham Petroleum Company, Indianola. Call 887-2160. That's Gresham Petroleum Company.
Welcome back. Watson Cook and Brady Smith with you from Legion Field. No score between the IA Colonels and the St. Joe Fighting Irish as we get ready to start the second quarter. Flip into the field. Now the Irish work right to left. They've got 2nd and 7 from the IA 38. Ball will be on the near hash. Boy, we've seen the Irish backs duck and dodge defenders. They've yet to hit the big play. And got a feeling they're going to bust one at any minute. Colonel's trying to keep them contained. Play action for Johnson. He's in trouble in the backfield and is going to be wrestled down. Ashton Powell, boy, got him by the shirt, got him by the ankles, then got him around the chest and able to wrestle him down. Lost his helmet with the effort. He'll have to check out. But what about the sophomore staying with the junior quarterback Johnson?
Did a great job there. And I tell you, Dylan Johnson almost slipped out of his grasp there. got us a sack, though, and that definitely I know Ashton Powell's going to want to get back out on that field and get hungry for more there, and just able to tackle him there. Did a great job, open field tackle, getting the bull rush on that offensive line there, running over his blocker and making a great play.
10-yard loss back to the 48, 3rd and 17. 5 wide for Johnson. Takes the snap. Tannehill comes on the rush, gets him from behind, and he goes down. Back in Irish territory. Tannehill and Clint Jones combined for the sack. They'll mark it at the Colonel 45. A loss of 7. 4th and 24 coming up.
Well, 12 gauge is officially in the record books now. Or not record books, the stat book there, having him a sack there or an assist on a sack. Great job there by him and Tannehill getting in there. That's Alex Tannehill doing a great job of rushing the quarterback there. Again, Dylan Johnson almost slipped out of their grasp. They held on there and made a great play. Good job on the defensive series that time. We need to see more and more of that. I was almost scared Watson applying too much pressure on Johnson would make him maybe slip out and everything. You know, last year our game plan was to not apply a lot of pressure on him.
Yeah. J.D. Willis will go back to return the punt of Dylan Johnson. Well, Johnson does it all. It's a short kick. Going to hit at the Colonel 40 and go out of bounds. Colonels catch a break there. Only a 15-yard punt out of Johnson. No return. Colonel set up a great field position as they try to break open a scoreless game here with 10:05 to go in the second quarter.
Well, I can say this, that I really think that, again, Indianola Academy on defense and offense are going to be evenly matched here with St. Joe. St. Joe might have a little bit more talented backfield, but at the same time, special teams are going to play a key factor here again. And Indianola Academy right now, definitely we hope we can capitalize on this short field position.
So a couple of sacks on that last drive set the Colonels up with great field position. Misdirection in the backfield. Lester takes it around the left side and has his biggest burst of the night. Gets across the 45 up to the 47, a 7-yard pickup. Will bring up 2nd and 3.
Nice cross-buck play there where we fake the speed to the right, fake the dive to the right, and then hit the back that's going back the opposite way. Lester going in there, hitting about the 5-hole there, getting up through the offensive line, and a great job there holding their blocks. That's a long blocking play for the offense.
2nd and short. Handoff will go to Stephon Smith out of the backfield. Spins out of a tackle at the Irish 40. A stiff arm down the sideline, steps out of bounds. Smith couldn't believe it. He thought he had broken free. They're going to mark him at the Irish 26, and the crowd on their feet. It may be the first carry in Smith's career.
It is, as far as I know. Once he got out in that open field, he forgot that white line there is the out-of-bounds line. Just couldn't keep there. He is definitely not Twinkle Toes material. It was not threading that sideline. Great job, burst of speed and energy by Smith, able to hold on to the ball. He kind of had it out here running around. I like the energy and enthusiasm, though, and the surprise off on the offensive side of the ball here.
27-yard pickup. Greenville Motorsports first down. Handoff goes to Lester. Straight ahead. Bounces to the left side of the 20. Gets by a man there. 15, 10, 5. Can he make it? Yes, he can. Touchdown, Colonel. One last Irishman had a chance. Around the 5-yard line, Lester able to spring himself free for a 26-yard touchdown run, and the Colonels on the board with 9:16 to play in the second quarter. Big Blue 6, Irish nothing.
Well, what I like there, the play call there by Indianola Academy, Coach Ness, they went with the quick cadence there. They saw St. Joe is kind of winded here on defense, not allowing them to get any substitutions in there, and they went real quick cadence and were able to capitalize, bounce off that left side there. And once Lester got out into that secondary, he had one man left to beat. I like that high step. It kind of Walter Payton-esque.
Spencer Robertson on for the extra point. The kick is up and good, 7-0. Colonels on top of St. Joe with 9:16 to play in the second quarter. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back with Colonel football on Super Talk for the Delta.
I'm Greg Bills from Bills Body Shop in Rubel, Mississippi, and I want to fix your car. We've been in business for 40 years in the same location. We're a family-owned business and currently have 3 generations still working under the same roof. If you're ever in an accident, we can tow your vehicle, help you with your insurance claim, get you in a rental car, repair your vehicle, and deliver it back to you in usually under a week. We're located at 501 South Oak Street, Highway 49, Louisville, Mississippi. Give us a call today, 662-756-2745. You won't be disappointed.
We're all looking for savings when it comes to buying groceries. But what if there was a store in the Delta where you can get real savings every day? It's Shoppers Value Foods Indianola. At Shoppers Value Foods, we keep it simple. You pay our cost plus 10%. Shelf price 50 cents, add a nickel at checkout. If the shelf price is $1, add 10 cents at checkout. It's really simple. Our cost plus 10%. Shoppers Value Foods, Highway 82, Indianola. We make it simple.
Welcome back. 3 plays, 60 yards on the scoring drive for the Colonels. Wesley Lester, a 26-yard run. And Robertson with the extra point puts the Colonels on top 7-0 with 9:16 to play second quarter. Another sky kick. Ball is loose on the ground. They did not call for a fair catch. Colonels say they have it. And they do. Another huge break. Like Eli Lipsy maybe there to fall on it. May have been Woods Toller. Couldn't tell, but the Colonels will have 1st and 10 from the Irish 39.
Once again, Watson, I say special teams is definitely going to be a huge factor in this game, and, Academy able to capitalize on it. I thought it was a bad squib kick here. That might have been intentional. You don't ever know till you maybe talk to the players after the game there. Nonetheless, I'll take it, and it was a little bit short there, but nice touch there at the end, and Indianola Academy able to get to the ball. St. Joe just miscued not calling that fair catch there.
1st and 10, Colonels from the Irish 39. Ball on the near hash. Handoff will come to Willis around the right end and picks his way forward to the 35, and he's hit hard there by Johnson.
Is that Willis's first rush on the night, I believe?
I believe his second.
Okay. I got you, yeah.
You're right, his first run of the night.
Hard running there between the tackles and trying to get Day out wide there to capitalize on it. I like this formation here. This is almost a jumbo package we got going on here. Good look.
5-yard pickup, 2nd and 5. Willis comes in motion near side. He'll take the handoff again. Gets behind Smith and Lester. Down the right sideline, he's got a Greenville Motorsports first down. He's bumped out of bounds just across the 25. They'll mark it at the 24, a 10-yard run for Willis.
Well, glad that he's able to get back up and run, especially after that hard pop that he received the prior play there, able to get back and not worry about getting hit again. And he ran hard there, no tiptoeing going on, and did a great job.
Grant Coleman in there as an extra tight end blocking as well. 1st and 10, Colonels from the Irish 24. Putnam comes in motion right side. He'll take the handoff. Colonels try the same thing again, different back. Putnam able to spin his way down to the 15 before he's knocked off his feet. 9-yard run out of the junior Putnam.
Well, I'm sure Coach Nestor and Coach Bridges are seeing something here, and they're able to take advantage of it, and St. Joe's defense not able to adjust. I had heard about this jumbo package that we had here, and I'm glad to see it in action there. And that is a big side of the field there. They've got a lot of blockers up front there, and those running backs are making some things happen right now.
2nd and 1 from the Irish 15, 7:55 to play second quarter. Colonels on top 7-0, looking for more. And officials blow this one dead. We've got a timeout, St. Joe. So the Irish want to talk things over. Time for the Irish to make an adjustment, they say. And we will take a break as well. Well, clock's still running. Might want to stop the clock. 7:35 to go second quarter. Colonels on top 7-0. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back with Colonel Football on Super Talk for the Delta.
Ready for the woods at Outlaw Sporting Goods in Greenwood. Find stands, attractants, feed, ammunition, rifles, and shotguns. Outlaw is a certified Benelli dealer. Find boots and clothing from Southern Marsh, Cool, and Drake. We have a wall of handguns, archery range, bows by Hoyt, Elite, and Bowtech, crossbows, youth bows, Rage, broadheads, Yeti coolers in every size and color. Duck hunters, we have decoys, shells, and waders. If you need it, Outlaw Sporting Goods has it. When you leave Outlaw Sporting Goods, you just feel better. Outlaw Sporting Goods, Greenwood.
Right now, 1 in 3 drivers is cruising around in a state of skepticism, wondering how much value their car insurance company is really delivering. If you're one of those, State Farm agent Andy Daniels of Indianola can help you get to a better state of mind. He'll talk with you, listen to you, and he'll put together a policy that has you written all over it. From cost to coverage, backed by 24/7 customer support. Call State Farm agent Andy Daniels of Indianola, 887-1561.
Welcome back out of the timeout. 2nd and 1, Colonels from the Irish 15, 7:51 to go. Second quarter, Big Blue on top 7-0, knocking on the door. Would like some more. Handoff goes to Lester. Straight ahead, fights his way inside the 10, down to the 8. 7-yard pickup, another Greenville Motorsports first down. Colonels will have first and goal from the 8.
Yeah, Lester getting the ball there, running up to the initial line of scrimmage there, finding a little resistance, jukes to the left just a hair and able to adjust his feet and got him up under him. Did a great job. Instead of running in the one hole, bounced it out about the 3.5 there, able to get upfield and move those chains.
See if the Colonels can punch it in. First and goal from the 8. Davis will go under center with Lester. Single back. Willis comes in motion near side. Fumbles the handoff, and Willis alertly falls on it back at the 14. That'll be a loss of 6 on the play.
Well, you hate that there. You don't want to shoot yourself in the foot like we did there. But on the other hand, having a young running back like Day Willis, I was glad that he was smart and alert there and just fell on the ball instead of trying to pick it up and make something out of nothing, because that's really when havoc starts wreaking there. And Day did a great job of just falling on it. Let's go back, huddle up, regroup, and refocus.
Put it at the 13, only a loss of 5. Second and goal from the 13. Davis will bring Willis in motion into the backfield. Quick give up the middle to Lester, and he is stacked up at the line of scrimmage, nowhere to go as the Irish quick to get there, led by Vince Taylor. They're going to give Lester 2 yards to the 11. I wasn't sure he got anything.
Yeah, it was stacked up in there pretty tight, and Les just met with a lot of resistance on that middle there. I thought St. Joe might have not been at home there that time. I think the coaches were thinking the same thing.
Third and goal from the 11. Davis from the gun, looking to pass. Goes over the middle, caught by Kimball, and he's in the end zone for a touchdown. Boy, for as, and I hate to say this, but as poor as Davis looked earlier in the game throwing, he threaded the needle right there and hit Kimball right at the goal line. A beauty of a pass puts the Colonels on top 13-0 with 6:16 to play in the second quarter.
That really was. We had a great bird's eye view of it right there. Nice slant route ran by the receiver out there. Kimball did a great job of just cutting straight across that defender's face and getting the ball caught there, focused before he got into that free safety zone there. Did a great job of getting into the end zone after he caught it as well.
Robertson is on for the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. 14-0. The IA Colonels on top of the St. Joe Fighting Irish with 6:16 to play before the half. We'll step aside and take a break and be back with Colonel Football on Super Talk for the Delta.
Decisions made by local people. That's what you will get at Community Bank. You've been thinking about switching banks? Now is the time. Community Bank will handle all of your bank switching paperwork for you. We'll assign you your own personal secretary who will handle your former bank account, get you your new checks, fill out your direct deposit forms, and anything else you need. Just remember, we do the switch. You just enjoy Community Bank, a bank like no other. Community Bank, a proud Colonel Booster.
Hey, this is Chris McLean with Indianola Electric. We would like to thank our loyal customers for your continued support for the past 36 years. We are in our second generation operating under the same family for over 3.5 decades. As an electrical contractor, we are here for all of your electrical needs, from service and repair to customized automation and controls. We also have a complete motor shop for new or rebuilt electric motors and generators. Give us a call today at Indianola Electric for all of your electrical needs at 662-887-3292.
Colonels take advantage of an Irish fumble on the previous kickoff and go 39 yards on 7 plays. Will Davis to Randy Kimball for the touchdown. The Colonels on top 14-0 with 6:16 to play in the second quarter. Another sky kick out of Robertson, and the Irish will haul this in at their own 42, and that's where they'll start 1st and 10.
Caleb Lockett, a 10th grader, coming up and wisely calling the fair catch there, doing a good job on special teams. get kind of nervous whenever you get a 10th grader in that position there, but he did a veteran move there and made that fair catch there, watched the ball in there. You got a lot of people running at you, a lot of bodies. You can get nervous, and he brought that thing in there.
1st and 10, St. Joe from their own 42. Ball is on the near hash. Johnson will work from the gun. 3 receivers right, 2 to the left. St. Joe looking to find a way to put some points on the board. Johnson looking to pass under pressure, steps up to run. Makes a juke at the 45 and spun down at midfield. Lester going over to make the tackle. There is a flag down at the Irish 44.
Beautiful open field tackle there by Lester, just leaping from his feet there at Johnson, able to bring him down. A good job there by the Colonel's defenseman and not letting Johnson get out for a bigger play even.
This will be a block in the back against the Irish.
You know, Watson, that is the downfall of whenever you got a shifty running back like that. Your offensive linemen, they're kind of just out there like lame ducks, not knowing which way to block because you don't know which way your running back's going. 1 minute he's going left, next second he's going right. Well, when that defender turns that back to you, suddenly you go from blocking him in his face, you're blocking him in his back, and you get some calls on you there. And fortunately for the Colonel's defense, an official saw that, and we got lucky there and going to make a 1st down and long play instead of a 2nd and short.
They will take this back to the Irish 35, make it 1st and 17. Johnson again with 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Quick pass left side, caught by Benson, looking to make something happen in space. And will be taken out of bounds by Willis and Smith at the Irish 40. A 5-yard pickup, bring up 2nd and 12.
I thought good initial coverage there by 80. Eli Lipsy did a good job of getting to the ball real quick, making Benson have to make some jukes and jibes instead of focusing on running straight downfield. It allowed the Colonel's defense to get over there and help bring in Benson before he could make a big play.
Timeout on the field, 6 minutes to play in the 2nd quarter. Colonel's on top of St. Joe 14-0. Wesley Lester with a 26-yard touchdown run with 9:16 to go in the 2nd quarter. And after the St. Joe fumble on the ensuing kickoff, the Colonels take advantage as Davis hooks up with Kimball from 11 yards out to put the Colonels on top 14-0, and that's where we stand midway through the 2nd quarter. Don't forget, coming up during the Larry Vance Quick Mart halftime show, we'll have first half stats for you and expert analysis from my partner Brady Smith. Make sure you stay tuned.
Expert.
Yes.
You lost me there, man. I don't know what to say now. It's been a beautiful night so far here. I tell you, it's excellent playing field condition. The field looks wonderful. Kudos to all the group that gets this field ready here. I tell you, it is beautiful and top-notch facility here. And Indianola Academy, definitely their fans, patrons, and players have something to definitely be proud of. And while we got a second, Coach Henderson joined the bandwagon of announcing retirements this week, and we're going to be missing him now.
2nd and 12 for the Irish coming out of the timeout. Pass is caught by Taylor left side and takes several Colonels with him up toward midfield. Well, I thought he was going to be able to break free. They'll mark him down at the Irish 49. A 9-yard pickup will bring up 3rd and 3.
Yeah, I had to pick on him earlier before the game there. I was asking him about that, and I told him he jumped on the bandwagon there, and he said he's been here a long time. I mean, he really has. He was my high school principal back when I was in high school, so Coach Henderson definitely going to be missed there, and glad to have him on our staff this one more season, and, we'll find a good replacement, I'm very sure.
Movement up front, Colonel's jump. The Irish will pick up a first down. With 3rd and 3, had a chance to get off the field, and Johnson going with the hard count there at the Colonel's bit. They will walk this across midfield to the Colonel 46, where it'll be 1st and 10 Irish.
Well, those defensive linemen have the rushers, as you would call them, I guess. They've got a little taste of blood there. They got a few sacks under their belt, and they were looking to get back there and pin Dylan Johnson again. They had those ears pinned back and getting real aggressive there. And unfortunately, it shot him in the foot that time, as Johnson's a very smart quarterback and did the hard count and jumped him off sides.
14-0, Colonel's in front, 5:08 to play 2nd quarter. Johnson looking to pass. Will step up the middle and run. That may have been a designed quarterback draw as Johnson Working in and out of Colonels at the 30, the 25, and he breaks free to the 10, to the 5, touchdown Irish. That was all Dylan Johnson, as the Colonels had him hemmed up, I thought, a couple of times, and that's just an athlete making a play.
Goodness gracious, wow. That was some talent there. That young man can move, I'll tell you. You're exactly right, Watson. Indianola Academy had him hemmed up in that base several times here. That's why you hear several colleges looking after this young man here and his best interest. He's looking to get him on staff with them, or not on staff, but on their roster. And I see why, definitely. He is a talented young man. Like you said earlier, he does it all for St. Joe, and he definitely did at that time, taking that thing to the house. Made several gifted athletes for Indianola Academy miss there, and that's a tough thing to do.
Irish will go for 2 after the 46-yard run out of Johnson. They'll work from the gun, empty backfield. And St. Joe wants the timeout. They're going to talk this one over. 4:52 to play second quarter. Irish right back in this thing, 14-6. We'll take a break and be back with Colonel Football on Super Talk for the Delta.
Los Mocajetas. Some can't even pronounce it, but everyone agrees that Los Mocajetas has delicious, authentic Mexican food that makes your mouth water. Satisfied customers from all over the Mississippi Delta dine with Juan and his staff every chance they get, and you will too. Los Mocajetas also has a party room that you can reserve for birthday parties, anniversaries, and just a good time. You won't feel crowded, and the atmosphere is that perfect setting for authentic Mexican food. That's Los Mocajetas Mexican Restaurant, Highway 82 in Indianola.
3 plays, 58 yards for the Irish. Dylan Johnson, a 46-yard scamper, puts the Irish on the board with 4:52 to play before the half. Coming out of the timeout, we'll see the 2-point try. As going back, looking at the film last week, I don't believe St. Joe ever attempted an extra point. It looks like the 2-point conversion is what they're going to roll with this season.
Yep.
As Johnson will work from the gun, has Benson in the backfield, 2 receivers right, 2 to the left. Takes the snap, runs to his right. Like they're wanting the option. There's a flag down as Toller going to go over and wrestle Johnson down out of bounds. We'll check the penalty marker. Got to be a hold as long as Johnson strung that thing out.
Yeah, and I would think that we would just decline that and go on and get on kickoff there. I tell you, Watson, that is huge there. St. Joe having to burn a timeout on a 2-point conversion try there, because that is their second timeout. So if we get down to crunch time, they're playing on game clock management. They only have 1 timeout left in their bag for this half, so that could turn something pretty potential there. Turn it down.
Colonels will decline the penalty, so the score remains 14-6 in favor of Indianola. 4:52 to play in the second quarter. Next week, Colonels make the much-anticipated trip east on Highway 82 to Starkville Academy. Can't wait for that one. Not trying to jump ahead, just previewing next week while we've got a second here as we wait on the kickoff. Everybody knows the deal with Starkville. Knocked off the Colonels in overtime in the state championship a year ago, and going to be a fun one next week as we make that trek across 82.
You're exactly right, and year in and year out, Indianola Academy does not start off these college teams. They're starting off well. Ole Miss didn't take her out on that this year, but Mississippi State and all the colleges do it, where they kind of line up a first game, a little weaker opponent, so they can get the fans out and get the win under your belt and everything. Indianola Academy does not follow that trend. They instead play a very tough opening schedule year in and year out. You're exactly right, Watson. This 3-week gauntlet. Last year we had the 3-week gauntlet there, and kind of look forward to some more action next week.
Kickoff out of Drew Penchell will be down by the Colonels at the 45. Spencer Robertson takes a short kick and gives the Colonels great field position. Colonels on top 14-6 with 4:52 to play in the second quarter. We'll have it 1st and 10 from their own 45.
I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe I heard that Starkville lost to Lamar last week. Am I right on that, or do you know?
Starkville had a 1-point win over Lamar.
They won? Okay. I got you then.
Volunteers came back to win that one.
I'm going to have to fire my sources.
I take it was not Brett McMurphy.
No, it wasn't.
1st and 10, Colonels from their own 45. Putnam comes in motion to the near side. He'll take the handoff on the end around. Following Lester, picks up a big block in Irish territory, steps out of bounds, and a late hit. Boy, officials needed to blow that one dead. Putnam stepped out at the 43 and then was hit hard out of bounds. Greenville Motorsports first down, 12-yard pickup for Putnam.
I like to see Putnam getting in some action. There's some game action. Good job when he's getting his number called out there, doing a good job running hard, spreading the field wide. St. Joe really biting and fighting in that box, stacking all the men in there between the tackles, and daring Indianola Academy to outrun them on the outside. So far, it's working out pretty good.
1st and 10, Davis under center. He'll turn handoff to Willis, and he's going to be wrestled down at the line of scrimmage. Darius Moten coming up to make the stop. No gain on the play.
Well, St. Joe got a big, huge initial surge there. Number 8, Devin McCray, the junior, getting a big surge up through there. I believe he came from his linebacker position there, and some offensive lineman didn't get his head up and find that guy there. We've got to get those heads on a swivel there and pick these guys up here. And just Dede Willis had nowhere to run that time.
2nd and 10, Colonels from the Irish 43. Clock runs with 4:05 to play in the second quarter. Big Blue on top, 14-6. Davis will pitch it right side to Willis. Picks up a block by Lester. Well, thought he was going to be able to turn on the burners. Instead, brought down from behind by Taylor. Inside the 35 at the 33. Going to be right at the marker. We have to have a measurement here.
Well, I do have to say this. Lester almost outran, almost over-pursued there and didn't put a body on Dylan Johnson. Number 2 was coming to make the tackle there on Dede Willis. And the angle that he had, it looked like he was going to be a little behind Dede, but Wesley stopped wisely and put a body on just enough there to shrug him and keep him out of the play, because number 2, Dylan Johnson, is a talented and gifted athlete there. And Lester knew that, so he knew he had to put some kind of little hit on him there to slow him down some.
Give Willis 11 to the 32 of Greenville Motorsports first down. Putnam comes in motion to the near side. Lester and Willis in the backfield. Davis will run the option right side. A little bit of running room and able to fall inside the 25 to the 24. 8-yard pickup for Davis.
Beautiful, and it was wide open there up front, and I like the call that Davis did, but at the same time, that was scary there, getting those ankle tackles there and makes you a little nervous. And Indianola Academy, nonetheless, though, I like this offense right now, keeping all the fresh bodies out there, kind of spreading the wealth, not just pinning it on one person or depending on one person to get us downfield. And I like keeping St. Joe guessing on defense.
2nd and 2 from the 24. Handoff goes to Lester. He's got a first down to the 20. 4-yard pickup, another Greenville Motorsports first down. Colonels move the chains on top 14-6 with 3 minutes to play in the first half.
Well, good job of running between the tackles there. Not worried about getting in that end zone, just worrying about moving the chains there. We're going to worry about these 2 yards that we got to get to move the chains, get the fresh set of downs, and smart job there, just wisely lowering that head instead of trying to find the home run ball and getting there and get the needed yardage for the moving of the chain.
Davis under center on 1st and 10. Putnam comes in motion near side. He'll take the handoff. Officials blow this one dead. I believe St. Joe just burned their final timeout of the first half. Timeout Irish with 2:47 to play second quarter. Colonels on top 14-6. We'll take 30 seconds and be back with Colonel Football on Super Talk for the Delta.
Folks, Brady Smith with Sunflower Lumber and Home Center here to tell you about our company. Since the 1940s, Sunflower Lumber has been in the same location with the same mission we have today. That's customer service and satisfaction to the fullest. Our dedicated, knowledgeable staff is here to work for you, whether adding on to the hunting camp, updating your kitchen or bath, spring cleaning around your property, or replacing your roof. We're your first stop for all your project needs. Stop by today at 204 Highway 82 in Indianola or give us a call at 662-887-1511 and see what shopping local can do for you. That's Sunflower Lumber and Home Center. And go Colonels.
Welcome back. Watson Cook and Brady Smith with you from Legion Field in Indianola with 2:47 to play in the second quarter. The IA Colonels on top of the St. Joe Fighting Irish 14-6. Had a great first half of football here. Colonels in the red zone looking to pad the lead going into the locker room.
Well, it sure be nice. I'm getting in with the right in motion with the cheerleaders.
Man, looking good up there.
Well, I tell you, Watson, I mean, I've been keyed up as well all week. It just hadn't been able to sleep, and, just got the butterflies and the jitters myself here, and I've been anticipating this game all week long. And so far, it's answered all the questions that I've had about it, and it's built up to its. How do you say that? It's built up to its tab, I guess. I think something like that.
That'll work.
Yeah. Something
Lives up to its billing.
There you go. That it's something like that. Well, a tab and bill, something like that. So, yeah, there you go.
Coming out of the timeout, Colonels with 1st and 10 at the Irish 20. Ball is on the near hash. Davis will go under center. Hill and Coleman, the tight ends to the right, and Smith stacked in there as well. Handoff will go to Lester. Tries to spin out of initial contact. He'll pick up 2 to the 18. We'll bring up 2nd and 8. Irish did a nice job giving chase. Vince Taylor once again leading the way.
I like that we did have a little initial surge of blocking up there, and Lester just changing field position there, moving his feet just a little bit. And one of them kind of slipped out from under him. You might have to see a little do or miss coming down on the field as it's getting later in the evening. Humidity.
2nd and 8 from the 18. Willis comes in motion, takes the give, tries the end around, and he's dropped in the backfield. Jacob Nelson coming up to make the stop. Like Willis checked up a little bit as he took the handoff. I don't know if maybe he didn't get a clean exchange there or not, but be a loss of 1 to the 19.
Well, and also the prior play where Lester kind of checked up as well. I almost thought that, because we can't hear it, I almost thought that maybe a whistle was blown. I don't know, and I thought maybe the play was over with again. And nonetheless, I don't know, they're maybe trying to readjust something there and not able to do it. St. Joe is very good on defense here and made some big adjustments right now.
1:30 to play, second quarter. Colonels on top 14-6, 3rd and 9. Davis looking to pass, nearly intercepted. He was looking for Lester out in the flat. And Johnson almost got a pick. Decision time for Coach Nestor.
Well, I thought the offensive line there did a very good job up front, allowing Davis plenty of time to sit back there in the pocket and make that read and look for his receiver, but just could not get the ball into Lester's hand. And, all the rest of them there were a little bit covered as well. St. Joe doing a good job on defense this series.
Colonel's going to go 4th and 9 from the Irish 19. 3 receivers go to the left with Willis, Putnam, and Kimball. Davis takes a snap, steps up, going to tuck it and run, has running room to the 15, to the 10, down to the 6. He's got a Greenville Motorsports first down. Boy, your senior signal caller making a heads-up play there when he didn't see anything open. Going to tuck it and run and picks up the first down.
Well, what's good for the Goose is good for the Gander as well. Taking a play out of St. Joe's playbook there. Will Davis doing a great job once he sees the pocket collapse on him from the outside, but the middle presence was not there, and it was absent, and Davis able to find a nice running lane. All the defensive backs were down the field covering, had their head on a swivel, not looking at the quarterback, and just did a great job of running downfield and moving those chains there for the offense.
13-yard gain to the 6, 1st and goal, down to a minute to play. Davis will pitch it left side to Willis. Gets a huge block by Lester, and Willis is in the end zone for his first touchdown of the season. Boy, you got to give a half a touchdown there to Lester, don't you? How about that block?
Have you ever given a Bills Body Shop collision nominee to an offensive play? That was kind of wild there. Lester definitely with a dominating, what are those called, pancake blocks, as we used to call them there, and did a great job, and that vaulted Dede Willis into the secondary there and allowed him to find the open field. Great job of running hard there, allowing the block to be established there, and once he saw it was there, boom, hit the open field, and great job running to pay dirt.
Robertson on for the extra point after the 6-yard touchdown run from Dede Willis. Snap is back, kick is up, and it is good. 21-6, Colonels on top of the Irish with 54 seconds to play in the second quarter. We'll take 1 minute and be back. You're listening to Colonel Football on Super Talk for the Delta.
Guarantee Bank has always been serious about delivering a better experience in every interaction that we have with our customers. It's all about what matters most to you. Making the lives of our customers better is what makes us a better bank, because there's more to banking than money. With locations in Batesville, Belzona, Cleveland, Greenville, Hernando, Hollandale, Indianola, Senatobia, South Haven, Vicksburg, and Grenada, we're Mississippi's Guarantee Bank and Trust Company. Big bank sophistication, small town values. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Uh-oh, Cooper. I spilled my shoes on the carpet. Uh-oh, Olivia. What are we going to do? Oh, no! We can call Pat. He can replace your carpet.
That's right, Olivia and Cooper. Your pap at Robertson Floor Service has any kind of carpet for those big messes or those little spills to make it all better.
Call my pals at Robertson Floor Service.
662-887-4477. We can make it all better.
Welcome back. 10 plays, 55 yards on the drive for the Colonels. 21-6 is the lead over St. Joe as Robertson's kick taken at the 30 by A.J. McLeod. Now reverses field. He's all the way back to the 25 and hit hard. Eli Lipsy, I believe it was, coming. No, that's 18. Putnam. Thomas Putnam getting downfield to make the tackle.
Woods Toller did a great job as well, breaking down there in his lane. Saw the play developing towards him. Just stayed there, held his crown, did not collapse too hard, and did a good job there. Also making the running back return man run back deeper to try to make a big play there, and A.J. McLeod had nowhere to go. And we were talking about that earlier where that 10th grader makes a veteran move. That time the 10th grader did a 10th grade move there and went in reverse, and that's not what you want to see as a coach.
And to correct myself, that was Connor Moore, a sophomore for the Colonels, getting downfield to make that tackle. It was 10 instead of 18. So great job, Connor Moore. Irish will start this drive at their own 26 with 42 seconds to play in the half. Colonels on top by 15. Johnson will work from the gun with Benson in the backfield. Two receivers to either side. Irish out of timeouts. Johnson will hand off to Benson, and he runs into a wall, and that wall's name is Wesley Lester.
I'm going to have to give another Bills nominee. 2 series in a row to Lester there, number 28, flexing his muscles there, looking real good on the play, finding the penetration, and able to get in there and make a nice hit with authority. I like that.
4-yard gain. That was the painful 4 yards, 2nd and 6. Johnson fakes the give. Wasn't much of a fake. The back didn't go along with him, and Johnson wrestled up, shy of the first down. 12 gauge leading the charge. Clint Jones in on the tackle.
Well, and then Josh Hill looking for some help getting up there. Like to see all those guys getting in there on that play, and that's how you want to end the half there, hitting Dylan Johnson with authority there and hitting him early and often and making him work there and not want to run that ball there. Great half by Indianola Academy.
First half comes to a close. 21-6 is your halftime score. The IA Colonels on top of the St. Joe Fighting Irish. We will take 2 minutes and be back with the Larry Vance Quick Mart halftime show. You're listening to IA Colonel Football on Super Talk for the Delta.
Smith Construction of Inverness is a proud Indianola Academy sponsor. At David Smith Construction, our reputation is building every day. And Coach Tommy Nestor and the Colonels have built a winning tradition that we are proud of. Whether it be commercial or residential, let us take care of your building needs. We've been building for satisfied customers since 1982, and we would love to add you to that list. David Smith Construction is located on Highway 49 in Inverness. Call David Smith today at 265-6060.
Indianola Collision has been a vital part of the Delta business community for over 6 years. Located on Highway 82 in Indianola, Indianola Collision is now certified to repair the new aluminum Ford trucks. And here's good news, we will handle your insurance work for you. All we need is your claim number. We know it's hard to be without your vehicle, and we now have rentals on site. Call us and we'll have a rental waiting on you, no delay. Scott Lofton says, thank you for your business. Without you, we wouldn't be here. For all your auto body repairs, call Scott or Derek at Indianola Collision at 887-2000. That's Indianola Collision.
Magic Mart Pharmacy is a proud supporter of IA Colonel football. We know it takes hard work and commitment to win football games. Come by and let us work hard to earn your business. Serving Indianola and the Delta area as your hometown pharmacy for 25 years. That's Magic Mart Pharmacy located on Highway 82 East behind McDonald's with a drive-through window for your convenience. Magic Mart Pharmacy, where your health is our business. Go Colonels!
Proud supporters of Colonel Football, the Tackett family, owners of Heartland Catfish Company, farm 7,200 surface water acres of catfish and 15,000 acres of grain land. That makes us the largest single grower of farm-raised catfish in the U.S. Heartland is committed to supplying our customers with the highest quality farm-raised catfish products. Be sure and eat catfish raised in the Mississippi Delta by looking for the Heartland seal, smooth, clean fillet cuts that meet the highest standards, just like Indianola Academy and Colonel Football. Heartland Catfish, a proud sponsor of Colonel Football.
There's something special about having that trusted friend by you each day. No matter what life brings, he's always there, ready to lend an ear, a smile, and even a helping paw. At Planters Bank, that's what we're here for. We believe in you, and we're cheering you on each and every step. And in the places we can help, we'll be giving you that extra push you need. Planters Bank, growing together. Member FDIC.
Affordable without compromise. That's not easy to come by when shopping for a compact utility tractor. Unless you make a visit to Wade Incorporated, you'll find a high-performance John Deere tractor at a reasonable price. Like the John Deere 3E Series tractors, which pack the horsepower and features needed to tackle any job. Pair that with a 6-year powertrain warranty that covers both residential and commercial use at no additional cost. It's just one more reason to visit your Wade Incorporated dealership today. Wade Incorporated, your North Mississippi John Deere dealer, delivering service, solutions, and success since 1909.
Welcome back. The Larry Vance Quick Mart halftime show is the IA Colonels lead the St. Joe Fighting Irish 21-6 at the break. Go by and see Larry Vance at Larry Vance Quick Mart, located on Highway 82 in Indianola, next to South Sunflower County Hospital. Picking up anything you want for breakfast, great plate lunches. Stop by, get something for dinner as well. Cold drinks and snacks available too at Vance's Quick Mart, located on Highway 82 in Indianola, next to South Sunflower County Hospital. Looking at some first-half numbers offensively for Indianola Academy, 157 total yards, 146 on the ground, only 11 through the air. Will Davis, senior quarterback, 1 for 6 in the first half, 11 yards and a touchdown. That went to Randy Kimball. So Kimball, the only receiver with a grab in the first half, 1 for 11 and the touchdown. On the ground, Wesley Lester leads the way, 8 carries, 51 yards, and a touchdown. Day-Day Willis, 7 carries, 26 yards, and a touchdown. Stephon Smith has 1 carry for 27 yards. Will Davis has 2 carries for 21, and Thomas Putnam has 2 carries for 21. On the defensive side, 8 total tackles in the first half for Stephon Smith, the senior, having another huge night on the defensive side for the Colonels. 5 total tackles and a sack for Ashton Powell. 4 total tackles for Wesley Lester. 2 tackles and an interception for Randy Kimball. 1 tackle and a half a sack for Clint Jones. 1 tackle, half a sack for Alex Tannehill. See, scroll on down. 6 total tackles for Woods Toller. 3 total tackles for Eli Lipsy. 2 for Josh Hill. And 2 for Spencer Robertson, also 2 for Day-Day Willis. So that's a look at the stats from the first half for Indianola Academy. The Colonels got on the board with 9:16 to play in the second quarter. Wesley Lester, a 26-yard gallop, put the Colonels on top. Spencer Robertson added the extra point. On the ensuing kickoff, St. Joe fumbled the kick. Colonels were able to recover at the Irish 39. 7 plays later, Davis hooked up with Kimball from 11 yards out. Robertson's extra point made it 14-0. On the Irish ensuing drive, Dylan Johnson ripped off a 46-yard run to get St. Joe on the board. The 2-point try was no good. That left it 14-6 with 4:52 to play in the half. On the Colonels' next drive, a 10-play, 55-yard drive, Willis capped it off with a 6-yard run, and Robertson's extra point made it 21-6. We will step aside and take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll continue with the Larry Vance Quick Mart halftime show. You're listening to IA Colonel Football on Super Talk for the Delta.
Swing bed unit at South Sunflower County Hospital? That's easy. It's the best place to get better. When you need skilled nursing or rehab after a hospital stay, choose South Sunflower County Hospital close to home. On-site therapy, state-of-the-art technology, and easy access to physicians makes South Sunflower County Hospital a great place to get better. During hospitalization and after, South Sunflower County Hospital in Indianola believes that better medicine begins with big hearts. Remember the big hearts and the swing bed unit that's close to home. South Sunflower County Hospital.
Born and raised in the Delta, we get it. We understand your connection to this land because ours is just as strong. It's not only been our home for 7 generations, but the home of those we care about. We value the natural resources of the Delta and the joy they bring to us. Our goal every day is to nurture and protect those as we continue to provide the best services possible to our customers. That's Gresham Petroleum Company, Indianola. Call 887-2160. That's Gresham Petroleum Company.
We're all looking for savings when it comes to buying groceries. But what if there was a store in the Delta where you can get real savings every day? It's Shoppers Value Foods Indianola. At Shoppers Value Foods, we keep it simple. You pay our cost plus 10%. Shelf price 50 cents, add a nickel at checkout. If the shelf price is $1, add 10 cents at checkout. It's really simple. Our cost plus 10%. Shoppers Value Foods, Highway 82, Indianola. We make it simple.
I'm Greg Bills from Bills Body Shop in Rubel, Mississippi, and I want to fix your car. We've been in business for 40 years in the same location. We're a family-owned business and currently have 3 generations still working under the same roof. If you're ever in an accident, we can tow your vehicle, help you with your insurance claim, get you in a rental car, repair your vehicle, and deliver it back to you in usually under a week. We're located at 501 South Oak Street, Highway 49, Louisville, Mississippi. Give us a call today, 662-756-2745. You won't be disappointed.
Welcome back. Watson Cook and Brady Smith with you as we continue with the Larry Vance Quick Mart halftime show from Legion Field. The IA Colonels on top of the St. Joe Fighting Irish, 21-6. We talked a little earlier about the trip next week for the Colonels to Starkville Academy. Perhaps the Volunteers are looking ahead to that matchup with the Colonels. They're taking on French Camp tonight and only leading 10-0 at the half. That's a game I think a lot of people thought Starkville would have no trouble with, and only up 10-0 at the break over French Camp. But here, a lot of work left to be done for the Colonels. They will get the ball to start the second half, barring an onside kick, and just continue running smash mouth football. That's how the Colonels have got it done in the first half, and hopefully can wear the Irish down as we go on with this one.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Watson. Well, we got to go in and make a few adjustments. You know, like I said earlier, I was kind of shocked that Coach Nestor's defense, how they called, hey, we're putting the bull rush on him there and allowing Dylan Johnson to find some running lanes there. And, the first 2 or 3 series there, that formula was successful, and it worked good as we had a turnover of downs on the first one. We punted one time, and can't remember what happened on through an interception as well. That's, that formula was working good then. But then on the touchdown run that Dylan Johnson did, that shows you right then and there why you don't blitz him. I think after that, I believe Coach Nestor's probably going to keep his guys back there and kind of mirror him and not apply any pressure and try to make him beat our secondary there and see what his arm looks like and everything. So anyway, it's going to be an interesting second half here. We're going to have to make a few adjustments. I think the offense is clicking pretty good right now. I like the play calling, the play selection, and what it's doing right now because it's doing it to us as well. We're back here on our heels kind of guessing what's going to come next here. We don't know what to expect, and when you got us guessing, you also have St. Joe's defense guessing as well, and it's going to make for an interesting second half here. This game is far from over. That scoreboard, 21-6 halftime score, that is not near enough of a padding or a lead for this Indianola Academy team here. Is St. Joe definitely they're going to be fired up here and ready to roll the second half, even if their entire team looks pretty dead right now.
I was about to say they look none too thrilled to be coming back out on the field
kind of
second half.
Moping here out on the field here is the word I'm looking at, but at the same time, I guarantee you this much, Dylan Johnson has plenty left in the tank here, and he's going to keep this second half thrilling as much as he did that first half. Indianola Academy's just got to keep him at bay, continue that success there, and capitalize on special teams as well. That's where we really have gotten them as well, and we need to continue that success too.
21-6 is your halftime score. Colonel's on top of the Irish. St. Joe is the first team back out onto the field as we continue here with the Larry Vance Quick Mart halftime show. And say Vance's Quick Mart, part of the reason you weren't able to stick to your diet, is that right?
Yes, that's exactly right there. Always having a delicious meal. Breakfast served hot and on time every morning there. I always like to stop by there and grab a biscuit. So they definitely keep you on your toes and keep you moving as well, and always some good food coming out of that station over the years, and catering as well. As we've mentioned, I've gotten a pulled pork sandwich or a big Boston butt from them before there, and cooked several people there, fed several families on a big Boston butt.
Always appreciate the support from Larry Vance and Vance's Quick Mart, as well as from all of our sponsors who allow us to bring you Colonel football here on Super Talk for the Delta. We will step aside and take a 2-minute break and be back to get you set up for the start of the third quarter. The Colonels on top of the Irish, 21-6 at the half. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with Colonel football on Super Talk for the Delta.
Decisions made by local people. That's what you will get at Community Bank. You've been thinking about switching banks? Now is the time. Community Bank will handle all of your bank switching paperwork for you. We'll assign you your own personal secretary who will handle your former bank account, get you your new checks, fill out your direct deposit forms, and anything else you need. Just remember, we do the switch. You just enjoy Community Bank, a bank like no other. Community Bank, a proud Colonel booster.
Hey, this is Chris McLean with Indianola Electric. We would like to thank our loyal customers for your continued support for the past 36 years. We're in our second generation operating under the same family for over 3.5 decades. As an electrical contractor, we are here for all of your electrical needs, from service and repair to customized automation and controls. We also have a complete motor shop for new or rebuilt electric motors and generators. Give us a call today at Indianola Electric for all of your electrical needs at 662-887-3292.
Get ready for the woods at Outlaw Sporting Goods in Greenwood. Find stands, attractants, feed, ammunition, rifles, and shotguns. Outlaw is a certified Benelli dealer. Find boots and clothing from Southern Marsh, Cool, and Drake. We have a wall of handguns, archery range, bows by Hoyt, Elite, and Bowtech, crossbows, youth bows, Rage, broadheads, Yeti coolers in every size and color. Duck hunters, we have decoys, shells, and waders. If you need it, Outlaw Sporting Goods has it. When you leave Outlaw Sporting Goods, you just feel better. Outlaw Sporting Goods, Greenwood.
Do you need a new game plan for tackling your finances? Well, here's one straight from the GBT playbook. It's Guarantee Bank's mobile banking. With mobile banking, your smartphone or tablet gives you secure access to balance information and allows you to pay bills, transfer funds, make deposits, and more. Get in the game with Guarantee Bank's mobile banking. Guarantee Bank, with locations in Batesville, Belzona, Cleveland, Greenville, Hernando, Hollandale, Indianola, Senatobia, South Haven, Vicksburg, Grenada, and Greenwood. Guarantee Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Olivia, what are you doing?
Daddy, I'm dancing on my ceramic floor.
What is that noise now?
Daddy, that's Lottie dancing on the laminate floor.
What are y'all kiddos doing now?
Daddy, I think Cooper's laying a new wood floor. Come buy floors at Robertson Floor Service.
For new floors, come see us at Robertson Floor Service or call us at 662-887-4477.
Pecans are only the beginning of what you'll find at Indianola Pecan House. Stop in for gift items from your favorite universities, great silver and gold jewelry from designers like Ronaldo, gourmet food items, cupcakes, caramel and pound cake, pecan pies, all made fresh daily. And they also create custom gift baskets for any occasion. Come in and sample their most recent flavors of pecans, crunchy praline popcorn, and crunchy praline. Serving pecans around the world for over 30 years from 1013 Highway 82 East. Indianola Pecan House, home of the original praline pecan.
Welcome back. Watson Cook and Brady Smith with you from Legion Field as we get ready to start the third quarter here. The IA Colonels on top of the St. Joe Fighting Irish, 21-6. You go back and you look at the last few meetings between these two teams. They've been high scoring, and for pretty much the first quarter and a couple of minutes into the second quarter, it was a defensive struggle here. Both these teams trying to fill one another out. We saw the Colonels get it figured out by using the power run game, stacking the tight ends to the right side of the line and using that end play to break free on some runs. And for the Irish, it's just all about their athletes making plays in space.
Yeah, if you want to know the truth, the oddest thing that I thought about as we ended that first quarter, me posting on Facebook, 0-0. That was just crazy. I didn't expect that at the end of the first quarter. I knew it'd be some pregame jitters, and like you said, everybody feeling one another out there and seeing what the plays are about, and everybody just getting to the ball. But I figured one of the teams would have scored and put some points on the board of some kind, and nonetheless, Indianola came out and capitalized and scored there pretty early in the second quarter there, and then were able to get on the board again before St. Joe was able to get on the board for the first time. But you're not going to keep this talented offense out of the end zone probably. If we keep them in the end zone, out of the end zone, but one time tonight, we have done a whole heck of a lot. And I know the nasty boys out there are definitely up for the challenge. I know they want it, and they've been thinking about it all week long. These guys are really getting to the ball right now, flying all over the place, making some good tackles and gang tackles there, and that's what I like to see, and I hope we can continue that.
Absolutely. While we've got a second before we get the second half underway, I want to mention some of the other sports going on in Indianola Academy. The softball team in the Sharkey Essequina tournament tomorrow, they hosted a tournament here a few weeks back, and I think ultimately came out in second place in that tournament. But Coach Patrick Davis has got a senior-laden softball squad. They're off to a good start this year. Also, the Lady Colonels soccer team picked up a couple of wins this week over Lee Academy and Washington School. Hannah Slater filling in for her father, Ron Slater, doing a great job along with Mark Carden there.
Yep.
And then the junior high Colonel football team, 1-1 on the year. They got a win over St. Joe last week. Fell to Washington School last night. But Coach Tommy Nestor, his staff, always does a great job to get those kids in the 7th grade and start putting that system in and developing. And you know, that's why this high school group has had such success over the past 5-6 years. Your great article at Enterprise Toxin this week by Paul Putnam on the continuity of this coaching staff. And you and I have talked about, you know, for a while when people ask us, what's going on in Indianola Academy? What's the key? How do they keep doing it? And we've always said, you know, the same thing. It's just coaching staff. They've been together. I would put them up against anybody in the state, private or public school, any staff, and they do a great job for Indianola Academy.
Yeah, I didn't get the opportunity to read the article. However, I saw the headline, and I knew exactly what it was about. So glad you said it and proved me right there. So I figured exactly that's what it was about there. And you're exactly right. And like I said earlier, we were wrapping up kind of talking about or reflecting back on the Pill Academy game last week. I felt like in the second half, and I've told friends that are even Pill Academy fans, you know, I said, I feel like in the second half we made the most adjustments there, and we outcoached them in the second half. And special teams helped to play a key as well there to get that victory in week 1 against Pilla. But we do have an awesome coaching staff there, and every week they come in and always have a good game plan, working endless, countless hours, and always look good.
Drew Panchell has it teed up for the Irish. He will kick it away. It will be picked up by Willis at the Colonel 21. Gets by man. He's to the 30-35. Up across the 40 and brought down near the 43. It's a decent field position to start the third quarter for the IA Colonels, who lead the Irish 21-6.
Yeah, definitely going to be a good place to start on this series by Will Davis and his offense here. Going to be a great place to start here. Not much field to work with, and sure is exciting here second half. And fans are still out here watching in, and the stands are pretty packed here. I expected a little smaller crowd here tonight, but Big Blue has showed up and showed out tonight.
1st and 10, Colonels from their own 42 as they work left to right to start the second half. Davis will bring Putnam in motion to the near side without formation in the backfield. He'll turn, pitch it left side to Willis. Gets by the first man in the backfield, but taken down hard by Fred Townsend. That'll be a loss on the play, a loss of 2 back to the 40. We'll bring up 2nd and 12.
A 9th grader there for defensive end for St. Joe, doing a good job working upfield there, just working across, not allowing that offensive tackle to hook him in there and not get bitten in between the tackles, and instead stretches the field there, not allowing Willis to get to the outside.
2nd and 12 from their own 40. Davis will work from the gun. Backs are split. Throws right side, caught by Putnam at the 45 and fights forward for extra yards. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 48, 8-yard pickup. bring up a third and manageable play for the Colonels.
I like the route that we ran there, about a 3 to 5 yard out route there. Not trying to go for the home run ball, just knocking it off bits and pieces here, chomping at the bit there, chomping away. And like you said, Watson, going to give them a third down and manageable play. The playbook is still wide open at this with a third down and manageable situation versus a third and long where you're in a pass and only situation.
3rd and 4 from the 48. Ball is on the near hash. Davis takes the snap, runs it straight ahead, and runs into trouble in the backfield. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Dylan Johnson coming up to make the tackle. 4th and 4 for the Colonels, and we'll see the punting unit come onto the field.
Well, for a team that was moping out on the field, their defense really came out there and did a great job of stopping Indianola Academy's offense on this first series in the second half there, and that's tough there. Somebody turned on a motor somewhere, and they did not show that coming out of the locker room, but a tough break there for Indianola Academy.
Benson and Johnson will go back to return the punt from Hill, who stands at his own 35. 21-6, Colonels on top, just underway in the third quarter. A high, wobbly kick out of Hill. Going to go out of bounds near the 25. We'll see where the official marks it. And he will walk it back to the 28, 29. Stop anytime he wants. They'll put it at the 31.
I was thinking that was definitely a generous spot. Then suddenly he started walking back the other way and figuring things out. And, that's kind of one of those you just have to adjust and figure it out where it is. And ball kind of came off the side of the foot there of Hill. He didn't get the best of punts, but that's fine. And it could have gone for a touchback. And either way, though, St. Joe's on offense, and here comes the defense first series.
20-yard punt, no return, 1st and 10 Irish from their own 32. Johnson will work from the gun, has 2 receivers left, 1 to the right, 2 backs in the backfield. He'll hand off to the first man through. That's Moten, and he's wrapped up immediately. Stephon Smith coming up to make the stop. Josh Hill in there as well.
Yeah, Josh doing a good job there reading that running back's eyes there. Did a great job of shucking his initial blocker and ran across several would-be blockers and did a good job of stepping in that hole there from that backside linebacker position and making a nice tackle there in the hole.
1 yard gain, 2nd and 9 Irish from their own 33. Moten and Benson in the backfield again with Johnson. He'll turn, handoff to Benson, tries to stretch it right side. And Toller comes up to make initial contact. They'll mark him out at the 35, only a 2-yard pickup. Colonels do a nice job giving chase again.
Yeah, Woods Toller did a great job there, coming up out of, I think you call that the rocket position there, and coming up strong there, stretching the field out, using that 12th man, that sideline, to help make that tackle there. Did a great job for the Colonels' defensive secondary.
3rd down, 7 yards to go for the Irish. Ball is at the St. Joe 35 on the far hash. 9:07 to play third quarter. Colonels on top, 21-6. Johnson checks to the sidelines. He'll have 5 wide on 3rd and 7. Takes a snap. Steps up, looking to run. He's in trouble, then he's dropped. Clint Jones coming up to make the tackle.
Well, Clint did a good job of giving the outside pressure there, and then at the last second, shucking coming across the face of that blocker. And, again, that's where I talk about the positives and the negatives of a scrambling quarterback. It keeps it pretty exciting there, but at the same time, that offensive lineman has his back to him, and he's thinking, hey, he's standing behind me, and then suddenly he's to his left. And the defensive guy that you're blocking suddenly shoots across your face. Did a great job of making a nice tackle there. I would call that a sack. And Indianola Academy's defense comes up, steps up big here, and great first series on defense in the second half.
3-yard loss back to the 32, 4th and 10. Irish have to punt. Snap back to Johnson, nearly blocked. It's a high kick. Willis going to let it hit at the 41. It will take a short St. Joe roll and be down at the Colonel 40. That's where IA will have it 1st and 10. 7:54 to play in the third quarter. Big Blue on top, 21-6.
I like Spencer Robertson there going downfield, having the presence to know where the ball is and also knowing the craziness role that a ball can take there, wisely stepping away from it there. We've had players in the past, I don't know if you can remember some nightmare years, running up there as if they're wanting to smell it or something and see what it smells. Get away from it. I don't understand that. Great job there by Robertson, though.
1st and 10 from their own 40. Handoff goes to Lester. Fights for some tough yardage up across the 45, and they'll mark it at the 46. A 6-yard pickup is like it went off left tackle there. Yeah, 2nd and 4 coming up.
Yeah, we really have. And we're going on both sides, the strong side and the weak side. They're really utilizing this whole entire offensive line here, calling on all these young men tonight. And so far in the trenches, we've had pretty good battles here, and we stuck and held with our own here. We've always said that, hey, that was going to be the question mark, the young offensive line, the inexperienced offensive line, and they're doing a great job right now opening some holes, and they really have. Anytime Davis has gone back to throw the ball, has given him plenty of time to make some passes.
2nd and 4, Colonels from their own 46. Davis under center. Backs are split with Lester and Willis. Handoff will go off right tackle to Willis. Breaks free in Irish territory to the 40. Inside the 35 to the 30. And finally taken out of bounds, Trey Benson. At the St. Joe 29 is where they will mark it. 25-yard scamper and a Greenville Motorsports first down.
And watching where that play first developed there is what I was watching. We lined up tight end Stephon Smith to the right side. He did a wonderful job collapsing down that defensive side of the ball there, really making it wide open. Did a great job of pancake blocking there up front for Dede Willis and allowing him to run for a lot of yards.
1st and 10, Colonels from the Irish 29. Putnam comes in motion to the near side. He'll take the handoff, looking to run behind Lester. Hit at the line of scrimmage and spun out of bounds. No gain on the play. I'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Colonels.
Well, St. Joe that time really stretching the field thin there, and they utilizing that 12th man, that sidelines there, to make Indianola Academy to have to turn up field, and there was just nowhere to go there. And we've gone to the well many a time on that, and I think St. Joe's seen that play now and the success that it's had and not able to capitalize on it on that play there.
2nd and 10 from the 29. Clock stopped. 7:15 to play 3rd quarter. Colonels on top of the Irish 21-6. Willis goes out in motion far side. Davis will play action. Going to have to tuck it and run, and he's got running room up the middle to the 25-20. And taken down around the 17-yard line. Boy, I like the play fake there. He was looking for Smith streaking down the field. The Irish had it covered well. Davis able to step up and pick up some positive yardage.
You're exactly right there, Watson. And I was thinking about on the prior play there where we have the 2 upbacks on the right and we hit the speed play around the right side to Putnam. I'm curious what the counter play is. They always have one play that always is designed to kind of offset that play. They'll line up in that same formation and bounce off with something different. I'm interested to see if when Coach Nestor is going to go to the well and call that play there.
11-yard gain. Greenville Motorsports first down to the 18. Handoff will go to Lester. He's hit at the line of scrimmage, but fights forward inside the 15 down to the 14. 4-yard pickup. I believe that was Edward Rice that got to him at the line of scrimmage, and Lester able to run through him for some tough yardage.
Yeah, just not going down with the first contact there. The senior running back just giving it all, keeping those feet churning and not going down to that whistleblower or give up there. Did a great job of running between the tackles. Nice, hard 4 yards.
And we got a penalty against I never saw the flag.
I never did either. Not sure what occurred there.
They will step this back to the 29. 2nd and long for the Colonels. 6:41 to play 3rd quarter. Colonels on top 21-6.
And I guess in the old days when we were in the old booth where we were all sitting together, we could look over at so-and-so and say, hey, what was just called there? What was called? The personal foul there. That's what Kurt Owen gets the big bucks for, man. Nobody ever called him the second best color commentator in the business for nothing.
2nd and 21 for the Colonels. From the Irish 29, Davis takes a snap from the gun, looking to pass. Going deep down the right side, has Robertson in the end zone, incomplete. had it in his hands as he went up to make the grab and couldn't hold on as he came to the ground. Johnson had the coverage.
Yeah, I thought it was a very good play call there. I see another flag on the ground here, another penalty. I like Robertson and the play selection there that Coach Nestor called. Davis kind of got a little duck there, did not get a tight spiral on the ball, but he got it out there so that Robertson could make a play on it, and Dylan Johnson credit him from his cornerback position, making a good effort there from the defensive side, not allowing Robertson to catch that ball.
Penalty will go against the Irish. Dead ball personal foul. And the official signaled first down. 6:20 to go in the third. We'll wait while they step this off. They'll take it inside let's put it right at the 15.
A lot of bantering going back and forth here and some chirping going on here. And these guys just got to take a step back and focus here and just play football here. But both these guys, emotions are running high right now out there. St. Joe not accustomed to going, being down or anything. They're a very talented team, and you can tell the emotions are getting the best of both teams here. And these guys are just hitting and playing till the whistle blows and hitting each other hard with authority. That's what you like to see in a good football game.
Automatic first down, 1st and 10 from the 15. Davis will turn handoff to Lester. And spinning and fighting his way down near the 10-yard line.
Fell forward for about 3 yards as he was going down there. Great job of the second effort there. Looked like he was stopped up for about a gain of 1 or 2 and just did a great job of rolling out of there at the last second and falling forward for some extra needed yardage for sure.
Lester certainly earning every yard he gets tonight. 5-yard pickup to the 10. We got a whistle and a stop in play. Officials timeout. We will step aside as well. 5:50 to play in the third. Colonel's on top of St. Joe, 21-6. We'll be back in a minute with Colonel Football on Super Talk for the Delta.
Brady Smith with Sunflower Lumber and Home Center here to tell you about our company. Since the 1940s, Sunflower Lumber has been in the same location with the same mission we have today. That's customer service and satisfaction to the fullest. Our dedicated, knowledgeable staff is here to work for you, whether adding on to the hunting camp, updating your kitchen or bath, spring cleaning around your property, or replacing your roof. We're your first stop for all your project needs. Stop by today at 204 Highway 82 in Indianola or give us a call at 662-887-1511 and see what shopping local can do for you. That's Sunflower Lumber and Home Center. And go Colonels.
Magic Mart Pharmacy is a proud supporter of IA Colonel football. We know it takes hard work and commitment to win football games. Come by and let us work hard to earn your business. Serving Indianola and the Delta area as your hometown pharmacy for 25 years. That's Magic Mart Pharmacy located on Highway 82 East behind McDonald's with a drive-through window for your convenience. Magic Mart Pharmacy, where your health is our business. Go Colonels!
Welcome back. 5:50 to play in the third quarter. Colonels on top of the Irish, 21-6. Colonels have it 2nd and 5 from the Irish 10. Going to pad 15-point lead. Davis will go under center. Flash just came through the press box. Lester takes the handoff around the left side. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Colonels. Well, I think that caught the Irish off guard. Colonels quickly got to the line of scrimmage. They weren't ready, and Lester takes it in from 10 yards out, his second touchdown run of the night, pushing the Colonels on top 27-6.
Yeah, we were still distracted up here. Kind of got caught off guard ourselves, too. Lester just bounces it out to the left side. Didn't find the full opening there. Slid right back across midfield there. Found that open seam and did a great job and just athletic ability getting him into that end zone there. He was definitely being hit several times and just was able to keep bouncing off there and making some plays, keep those legs turning.
Spencer Robertson on for the extra point. 3 for 3 thus far on the night. Make it 4 for 4, 28-6. Colonels on top of the Irish with 5:38 to play in the third. Take another 1-minute break and be back with Colonel Football on Super Talk for the Delta.
Magic Mart Pharmacy is a proud supporter of IA Colonel football. We know it takes hard work and commitment to win football games. Come by and let us work hard to earn your business. Serving Indianola and the Delta area as your hometown pharmacy for 25 years. That's Magic Mart Pharmacy, located on Highway 82 East behind McDonald's, with a drive-through window for your convenience. Magic Mart Pharmacy, where your health is our business. Go Colonels!
Indianola Collision has been a vital part of the Delta business community for over 6 years. Located on Highway 82 in Indianola, Indianola Collision is now certified to repair the new aluminum Ford trucks. And here's good news, we will handle your insurance work for you. All we need is your claim number. We know it's hard to be without your vehicle, and we now have rentals on site. Call us and we'll have a rental waiting on you. No delay. Scott Lofton says, thank you for your business. Without you, we wouldn't be here. For all your auto body repairs, call Scott or Derek at Indianola Collision at 887-2000. That's Indianola Collision.
Some called it.
8-play, 60-yard scoring drive for the Colonels. Wesley Lester with his second touchdown run of the night has the Colonels up 28-6. And how about the contact on the kick? Ball is loose, and the Colonels have recovered. Deep in Irish territory. They'll have it first and 10 at the 23, and Woods Toller goes down on the chest bump. Gotta love it.
Yeah, you're exactly right. What I do love here is we've got 3 Bill's Body Shop nominees, one on offense, one on defense, and now one on special teams there. Woods Toller cleaning house there. The sophomore, again, instead of doing the veteran move there and just calling that fair catch, tries to make something out of nothing, makes a rookie mistake there, and A.J. McLeod trying to run across field, and all Indianola Academy Colonels are doing is just running their lanes there and not allowing him to get to the outside and make something happen. And Indianola Academy capitalizing on special teams yet again, and that's what I mentioned earlier.
Second kickoff fumble of the night for St. Joe. We'll see if the Colonels can take advantage. Already on top, 28-6. Lester will shift in motion. Now Willis comes around right side. Play action. Davis going for the home run to Lester in the end zone. A lot of contact. There comes the flag. Herman Brown had the coverage on Lester. Beautiful ball put up by Davis, but Lester had no chance at the contact.
Lester threw his hands up as soon as he running 5 yards downfield. He's got to run that route. He's not used to being a receiver there. You don't throw your hands up there, just run and get to the ball at the last second there. He'll have to work on that week after week there. Nonetheless, it was a lot of contact there, and you know, it might have been a little bit of incidental contact. They might debate that it was an uncatchable ball. Nonetheless, you're at Indianola Academy, so you're going to get the home call there, and Lester did a good job of selling it as well there, and that's what you have to do with the officials, and we're able to capitalize on the penalty here and bring us a little bit closer to pay dirt.
10-yard penalty, first and 10 from the 12. 5:22 to go in the third. Colonel's looking to build on a 28-6 lead over St. Joe. Davis will go under center. Smith in the backfield again. Handoff will go to Smith, and he fights his way inside the 10, down to the 7. 5-yard run on the second carry of the night for Stephon Smith.
And he drugged several bodies with him, several would-be tacklers on St. Joe's side. You got to give them credit. They're getting in there still and getting after it and hitting and trying to make some tackles. Stephon Smith, though, turning those feet there, really making some things happen between the tackles there. I like to see that ability, that extra running back in that stable of backs. He's at tight end. Running back, and that's also why he was chosen as a preseason, all-state performer. They're a great athlete, gifted senior. He and Lester both there on that list.
Mess up, let Smith get a rushing touchdown here. Nestor will never hear the end of it. He'll be wanting to run it the rest of the season as Davis with some play action rolls to his right, makes a man miss at the 5, brought down at the 3. A flag is down.
Probably going to be in the area of blocking in the back. Again, there you go with a quarterback changing running shifts, and then you got an offensive lineman blocking down there, blocking one way. Then suddenly that defender, would-be tackler, cuts across his face, and instead of blocking him in the face, suddenly you're hitting him in the back. And you have to kind of watch that. It's very tough to do it as an offensive lineman. You have to call the guards off, call the dogs off there, and kind of stop. But nonetheless, Indianola Academy not able to do that.
Holding will be the call against the Colonels. We'll back them up to the Irish 16. Second and 14.
got some of my sideline commentators now. Instead of they were making claims of some numbers, now they're blaming it on their wives.
Davis on 2nd and 14 with time in the pocket, throws over the middle through the hands of Kimball. About 2 yards deep in the end zone, and the defender that had the coverage for the Irish is down in the end zone. Incomplete pass will lead the Colonels with 3rd and 14 from the St. Joe 16.
I like that the offensive line still gave Davis plenty of time to throw the ball there. And also I like Davis in his pocket presence there. Felt that defensive end coming from the right side, which was the passing side, but still able to adjust, take 2 steps over to his left there. Did a great job of staying in that pocket and staying comfortable and focused, finding his receiver. Shot it just a hair too high there, but he put it up so that his receiver could make a play, and that's what I do like to see. And we did a great adjustment there. Just could not finish the play.
Trey Benson is up on his feet and very slowly walking off to the Irish sideline. Certainly hope he will be okay. 4:19 to play in the third quarter. Colonels leading the Irish 28-6. Like to tack on one more here, and you feel not real good, but you feel pretty comfortable late in the third quarter.
Yep, that's exactly right. And I tell you, I don't know how that young man's ankles aren't broken anyway at all the cuts and moves and turns and twists he's done tonight there. Trey Benson, a definitely gifted athlete, beautiful to watch out there on the field. He has definitely had our defense baffled a lot of times here tonight, and definitely hope that he can get back out there. He's not too hurt and banged up out there, nothing too serious.
He'll get some extra medical attention on the sideline as we get back to action on the field. 3rd and 14 for the Colonels from the Irish 16. Davis will be under center, Tripp stacked to the left. Now Putnam will come in motion to the backfield. Davis will fake the toss, looking to pass over the middle, through the hands once again of Kimball. Had to dive for it in the end zone. Lead the Colonels with 4th and 14.
Well, still, again, I like the play call there. Had the play action there where you're faking the toss sweep to the right side. Had all the momentum going to the right there. We've ran that play with a lot of ability. And I said earlier, I'm interested to see what the offset play of it is. There it was right there, one-on-one on the backside there on a kind of a slant route, or you might want to call that a post route there where you kind of run to the goal post. And he was open. Kimball was open, just could not finish up the play there. Defender got his hand in there at the last second.
4th and 14. Davis takes the snap from the gun, lofts it up, going back corner of the end zone, looking for Putnam, and it is intercepted. Boy, left it a little bit short, and Herman Brown comes up with the pick in the end zone. And, we talked about a score there would make you feel comfortable. Now the Irish, with a big chance here, they have are a threat to score quickly. 4:06 to play in the third, 28-6 with the Colonels in front.
Well, you just leave that door open, Watson, and instead of going on and putting that nail in that coffin there and putting this thing to bed, for the most part, I guess you would say, Indianola Academy there kind of left the door open still here, and it's going to allow St. Joe, if they drive down here, get an onside kick and drive again and score, this thing's right back at an interesting ball game, and St. Joe has the offensive power to do that, and they are very talented there. We've got to keep our head up here, stay on the swivel and alert.
Johnson will work from the gun from the Irish 20, fakes the handoff, looks for an opening. Hill has him in the backfield and has to get some help to bring him down. No gain on the play. Boy, Johnson ran around for about 12 yards that time to pick up 0.
I don't know if you saw Josh Hill make that lunge at him to make that tackle, and I thought he had broken down pretty good. He lunges to make the tackle. Johnson just kind of sidesteps him. Boom. That is a talented young man there, and he's got a bright future ahead of him. You can see that he possesses that talent there, and he can make some things occur out there on that football field.
St. Joe going to burn a timeout, I believe, as Johnson hobbles off the field.
Yeah, I did see him hobbling out there.
May not make him burn the timeout. The official just stopped the clock, though, to let Johnson get to the sideline. Certainly hope he'll be okay. 3:49 to play in the third. Colonels on top 28-6.
Again, that's another one of those gifted offensive players there that I can't believe his ankles aren't broke either, as many cuts and moves as he's done.
like Raphael Henry will be the Irish quarterback. He'll hand off to Nelson, looks for running room, nowhere to go. Josh Hill in there once again, along with Ashton Powell, brings him down at the line of scrimmage, 3rd and 10 coming up.
I like the presence, the defensive presence that we put there. We realize that their quarterback is down and or he's out, and they're in with a backup. We bring in the blitz there and apply the pressure on the offensive line of scrimmage there, and pretty much knew that it wasn't going to be a passing play there. Focused and keyed on the run there and did a great job of getting to the tackle real quick and getting that game tackle.
Dylan Johnson is back in the game. 3rd and 10 Irish from their own 20. Ball is on the near hash. Johnson will work with an empty backfield. 2 receivers left, 3 to the right. Confusion with the personnel, I believe, for the Irish. Now they're set to go. Coach Wright with his hands in the air. I don't know. Maybe they had 12 men on the field.
13 on the field. Now, I've always heard, and that's what I was kind of sitting here confusing myself about. I know if they break the huddle with more people, but they never went to a huddle, so how does that call go? I'm not really sure.
We're about to find out.
They had 13 on the field, and they ran 2 guys off at the last second.
They're going to wave the flag off and grant St. Joe a timeout. That's how it works.
Yeah. And this week, too, we're all still kind of working the kinks out.
2:35 left to play in the 3rd quarter. Colonels with a 28-6 lead over St. Joe. A quick score update from the Colonels' Week 3 opponent. Starkville Academy was up 10-0 over French Camp at the half. They have extended that lead 17-0 in the 3rd quarter. Make that 23-0 with a minute and a half left in the 3rd quarter. Starkville looking like they're going to be 2-0 next week. Hopefully the Colonels will be as well, as a huge matchup coming next Friday night. Got to finish this one first, though.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And I believe Coach Nestor and company had our team focused on this week, had them focused on this game, not looking forward here, as this was showing so far here for the Colonels' offense and defense and special teams.
3rd and 10 for the Irish from their own 20. 3 receivers right, 2 to the left for Johnson. Colonels walk up Smith, showing the blitz. Looking for some movement. Now he backs off. Johnson flushed out of the pocket, in trouble. Wrapped up by Hill, and Peyton Barnes comes in to clean house. Josh Hill is having one heck of a series.
Yeah, you're exactly right there. Did a great job. He was the delayed blitz there. Stephon Smith, like you called it, came up and showed blitz, backed out. Hill, though, instead coming and keying in there. He had that offensive left guard going backwards, pedaling backwards to try to pick up that block. Josh Hill was able to shoot across his face and do a great job of getting in there and making some action there. And then, like you said, Barnes coming in to wrap up there and clean house there. I like to see that defense with intensity driving Johnson, the quarterback for St. Joe, to the ground with authority.
Loss of 1 back to the 19, 4th and 11 for the Irish. They'll have to punt. Johnson will go back and stand at his own 8. Day Willis to return for the Colonel, stands at the Irish 36. Snap back to Johnson. A wobbly kick. Willis going to let it hit at midfield, and it will die there. Colonels will take over 1st and 10 from the 50 with 1:31 to play in the 3rd quarter on top of St. Joe, 28-6. We will step aside, take a 30-second break, and be back with Colonel Football on Super Talk for the Delta.
Called it Los Mocajetas. Some can't even pronounce it, but everyone agrees that Los Mocajetas has delicious, authentic Mexican food that makes your mouth water. Satisfied customers from all over the Mississippi Delta dine with Juan and his staff every chance they get, and you will too. Los Mocajetas also has a party room that you can reserve for birthday parties, anniversaries, and just a good time. You won't feel crowded, and the atmosphere is that perfect setting for authentic Mexican food. That's Los Mocajetas Mexican Restaurant, Highway 82 in Indianola.
Welcome back. On 1st and 10, Willis takes the handoff and picks up 2 to the Irish 48 before he's taken off his feet. We'll bring up 2nd and 8 for the Colonels as the clock runs. We approach the 1-minute mark in the 3rd quarter. Indianola on top of St. Joe, 28-6.
Well, the offensive line doing a good job of blocking up front there initially, allowing Day Willis to bounce out to the outside, and then St. Joe quickly coming in there and getting scrappy after they're on defense and holding on there at the last second. Day Willis not wanting to go down, fought for a second, and finally just went down.
2nd and 8 from the Irish 48. I formation in the backfield with Putnam and Kimball, the receivers to the left. Handoff will go to Willis. Hit at the line of scrimmage and able to fall forward. Picks up 2 to the 46. Will bring up 3rd and 4.
I like how the rookie running back falls forward like a veteran running back should. Whenever you have that initial contact there, he's steadily falling forward, falling for that positive yardage there instead of falling backwards, which he's getting driven backwards, and does a great job there, trying to stretch those chains. And it's a game of inches, as we've always called it, Watson, and glad to see that he's showing a lot of poise there.
Colonels will not have to snap it. The third quarter will come to an end. We'll go to the fourth with Big Blue on top of the Irish, 28-6. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back. You're listening to Colonel Football on Super Talk for the Delta.
There's something special about having that trusted friend by you each day. No matter what life brings, he's always there, ready to lend an ear, a smile, and even a helping paw. At Planters Bank, that's what we're here for. We believe in you, and we're cheering you on each and every step. And in the places we can help, we'll be giving you that extra push you need. Planters Bank, growing together. Member FDIC.
Proud supporters of Colonel Football, the Tackett family, owners of Heartland Catfish Company, farm 7,200 surface water acres of catfish and 15,000 acres of grain land. That makes us the largest single grower of farm-raised catfish in the U.S. Heartland is committed to supplying our customers with the highest quality farm-raised catfish products. Be sure and eat catfish raised in the Mississippi Delta by looking for the Heartland seal, smooth, clean fillet cuts that meet the highest standards, just like Indianola Academy and Colonel Football. Heartland Catfish, a proud sponsor of Colonel Football.
What is the
Welcome back. Watson Cook and Brady Smith with you from Legion Field as we start the fourth quarter. The IA Colonels on top of the St. Joe Fighting Irish, 28-6. Colonels facing 3rd and 6 from the St. Joe 46. Davis will work from the gun. Have Lester and Willis lined up to either side. Putnam, the receiver, to the right. Kimball, the receiver, to the left. Davis looking to pass, throws out right side, complete to Putnam. He's got a Greenville Motorsports first down, breaks free at the 35, and nobody's going to catch him. Thomas Putnam, with his second reception of the season, goes 46 yards for the touchdown, and the Colonels extend the lead 34-6 with 11:48 to play in the game.
Well, you got to give the credit for the effort over there by that defensive cornerback going for the all-or-nothing home run tackle. The only problem with that is when you miss, there's no extra help back there, and Putnam able to extend that field there and race to the end zone untouched or unscathed or unchallenged, I guess, as well, too, and able to put the Colonels back on the board yet again. I like the route that we ran. We knew we had to get 6 yards there. Putnam runs a nice 6-yard out there, just enough to get the first down yardage as long as he catches it. Instead, he ends up in the end zone.
Robertson on for the extra point. Kick is up and good, 35-6. Colonels in control now. Just underway in the fourth quarter. They lead the Irish here at Legion Field. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back with Colonel Football on Super Talk for the Delta.
Unit at South Sunflower County Hospital? That's easy. It's the best place to get better. When you need skilled nursing or rehab after a hospital stay, choose South Sunflower County Hospital close to home. On-site therapy, state-of-the-art technology, and easy access to physicians makes South Sunflower County Hospital a great place to get better. During hospitalization and after, South Sunflower County Hospital in Indianola believes that better medicine begins with big hearts. Remember the big hearts and the swing bed unit that's close to home. South Sunflower County Hospital.
Affordable without compromise. That's not easy to come by when shopping for a compact utility tractor. Unless you make a visit to Wade Incorporated, you'll find a high-performance John Deere tractor at a reasonable price. Like the John Deere 3E Series tractors, which pack the horsepower and features needed to tackle any job. Pair that with a 6-year powertrain warranty that covers both residential and commercial use at no additional cost. It's just one more reason to visit your Wade Incorporated dealership today. Wade Incorporated, your North Mississippi John Deere dealer, delivering service, solutions, and success since 1909.
Welcome back. 3 plays, 50 yards on the scoring drive for the Colonels. Will Davis to Thomas Putnam from 46 yards out. Puts the Colonels on top 35-6 with 11:48 to go. Kickoff going to be taken by Johnson at the 20. Gets by man at the 28, reverses field left side. Spins out of a tackle at the 38, across to the 40. 45 makes two more Colonels miss. Still on his feet, up to the 48, and finally taken down. Eli Lipsy and Spencer Robertson combining on the tackle. Boy, and you see there just the athleticism of Johnson making multiple Colonels miss, keeping that return alive. It's up to the 48 is where they're going to mark it.
I don't know if you could hear me in the background in your earphones the whole time going, That was like, wow, this was a mistake.
The same thing.
Yeah. Sorry to distract you there, Watson. You did a good job of remaining focused in there, calling the play there. And anyway, wow, that's tough there. That's got to go on the highlight reel. Even though he did score a touchdown, I mean, that was a self-play there. He made that entire play there. Great job of running the ball.
1st and 10, Irish from their own 48. Handoff will go to Benson straight ahead. And taken down by Smith. The flag comes in, possibly a face mask. Looked like Benson helmet changed directions there as he went to the ground.
Yeah, it did. And Benson's getting up and pleading his case there. We had one. We got a second. We had a visitor in the booth here. Tyler Horner came up, a senior last year off of Indianola Academy's 2017 football team. Been a player for 3 years. I thought we were maybe going to – I thought he was coming up here maybe trying to get his early replacement here. I thought it maybe, an early nominee for a replacement. So he stepped out real quick, though, whenever I started talking about him getting on the air.
Yeah, you offered the mic, and he quickly found the door.
The mic drop.
The penalty will take the Irish down to the Colonel 32, 1st and 10. 11:26 to play. Colonel's on top, 35-6. Still time on the clock, but not quite the exciting close game that we thought we would see from previous years as the Colonels, Colonels lose coverage there. A wide open Caleb Lockett in the end zone, just overthrown. I didn't see if the defender slipped down or what, but Lockett had 20 yards separation on the Colonel defense, and they couldn't connect for the TD.
Well, Lockett made a nice cut there at the last second and ran across their defender's face, and they called that stretching drill a hucklebuck. That's what it was. I always called it, where you swap those legs over, and whenever the defender went to swap his legs over there, it got tripped up in his own legs. It's one of those drills. It can make you look pretty sharp, and it can make you look pretty ugly very quick there. And I'm not going to give you a visual up here, so I kind of did, but not too much. I don't want to do a bunch of stomping around and everything and all to disturb the fans below us,
Yeah.
That's how we're going to leave that.
The incomplete pass, Colonels catch a break, leaves the Irish with 2nd and 10 from the 32.
Not sure what's going on here.
Not sure either. The officials.
Randy Kimball has something on his jersey. I don't know what they're saying.
The officials taking a look at Kimball's back along with the Colonel's coaching staff.
I like Witt coming in there, stepping in wisely, thinking it was a timeout, being ready to throw out some water to everybody.
Johnny on the spot.
That's right.
35-6, Colonels in front of the Irish, 11:06 to play. I think now the discussion is, does Kimball have to sit out a play? And the answer is no. He will stay in the game. Had some equipment malfunction. Got that taken care of. 2nd and 10, Irish from the Colonel 32. Johnson will work from the gun. 2 receivers either side. Fakes the give. Keeps it for himself. Straight ahead. Gets by man at the 30. 25-20. Inside the 15. Finally taken out of bounds by Lester. Yeah, you said it. Wow.
I mean, he is making some guys. I'm just glad I don't have the job that our defense has had tonight. We've kept him at bay for most of the night, but whenever he breaks one there, Dylan Johnson definitely makes you look ugly very quick. Woods Toller has had a wonderful game so far. Just leaps there to try to make a tackle, and I'm talking about suddenly got sidestepped very quick, and he's tackling thin air, and the air won. So anyway, wow, just a hard run there again by Dylan Johnson. Did a great job.
19-yard pickup to the 13. Flag is down. That flag come from? The dead ball, illegal substitution against the Irish.
I'm glad you read your official callings and everything prior to the game. That needs to stay in your duties as a play-by-play caller. That's what you do.
10:57 to go in the game. Colonel's on top, 35-6. They will step off 5 yards and put it at the Colonel 18. Well, how's that got to feel as a quarterback? You make as tremendous a run as Johnson just made to get down to the 13, only to have a substitution infraction before the next play, and you lose 5 of those yards.
Yeah, and I got to say this, in years past as well, I feel like that's where we have beaten St. Joe in the past couple of years. We've been a little more focused and have a game plan and stick with it.
Certainly more discipline.
Yes, and discipline as well there. And it seems like when things fall apart for them, they really just blow up in their face real bad. Whereas, and okay, don't get me wrong, we had the same thing as well sometimes, but it just seems to happen a lot less often too. And you got to give it the coaches credit again. We're very disciplined on the team. We don't get too upset and frustrated at each other. If you can remember when you and I first got here and calling, I remember it was a lot of slapping and frustration and not understanding. You just don't see a lot of that anymore. You see the energy and the excitement and anticipation, but at the same time, it's not a lot of frustration anymore. And I can remember players used to just jumping up, beating the ground and everything, just being all ticked off. But these coaches have developed these younger men to stay focused and save that energy, I guess you would say, and for the next play. And it just seems like you said, more discipline.
St. Joe had to burn another timeout. It'll be 1st and 15 for the Irish from the Colonel 18. Just under 11 minutes to play. Colonel's feeling pretty comfortable right now, up 35-6. Like to keep the Irish off the board here. Johnson will work from the gun with Benson in the backfield. He'll send 2 receivers left, 2 to the right.
Taking their time for sure, and they should have a sense of urgency here for sure.
Man comes in motion to the near side. Johnson looking to pass. Goes toward the left corner of the end zone, and it's incomplete. Tried to catch it on a short hop. Day-Day Willis had the coverage. It's like Raphael Henry was the intended receiver.
And we do have Day-Day has a cramp out there. Getting a little assistance. It looks like Eli Lipsy. I thought Johnson put the ball there. I thought we had good coverage, but Johnson put the ball where only about his receiver could catch it. And Willis, I thought, had very good coverage. It was a good route ran. It was about to be an exciting play there. And just Colonel's, the ball bounced in their favor yet again. Good coverage there by Willis.
Training staff will go out and take a look at Willis. We'll help him up to his feet. Gave Coach Wright just enough time to get all the way across the field and able to hop up and walk off.
The way love goes.
So hopefully Willis will be able to return soon.
He needed that jog across the field. stretch the quads out.
2nd and 15 will be coming up for the Irish from the Colonel 18. We'll get you another score update from Starkville Academy while we've got a second. 8:17 left to play. Starkville has picked up a safety and has gone on top of French Camp 25-0. The Volunteers on their way to win number 2 on the season. Brandon Brown has checked in. A sophomore will fill in for Willis. 2nd and 15. Johnson looking to pass. Going Brown's way into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Eli Lipsy in the end zone, and instead of going to a knee, returns it out to the 1. But, hey, it's the interception, so we'll take it.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I'm sure Will Davis is not very happy right now, having to go back instead of working from the 20, having to work from the 1. But, I guess that's just that emotion taking over, that adrenaline out there. And whenever you get that pick after that, you like to run that thing out there. And you know that the field is wide open there for you to have that return there, and but you got to go down to a need there. But great, that's third team pick on the year, and just a nice coverage interception there by Eli Lipsy, the senior, stepping up front there and jumping in front of that pass.
99 yards in front of the Colonels, 1st and 10 from their own 1 with 10:38 to play.
Well, we have a long scoring drive here, I guess.
Yeah, a chance to milk a lot of clock. That's what Lipsy was thinking. He said, I'm going to put it down at the 1. My offensive guys can handle the rest.
That's what it was, for sure.
Davis will go under center. Turn, handoff.
They might have got a safety.
No, I believe he got back to the line of scrimmage. That was Lester on the carry. No gain.
I can say this much. Oh, he does call safety.
Oh, wow, they do mark it. Shy of I was going off the official on the far side. They will rule a safety, so 35-8.
St. Joe's defense, I think that's the most fired up I've seen them here in the second half. They got off the ball there, line of scrimmage, and really got in that backfield, applied the pressure, and it showed up on the play there as Lester stopped in the backfield for no gain, and the safety there. That's tough there, and that's why we were kind of going back and laughing at Lipsy running the ball out. And we'll learn with time over that, just hopefully I guess if the game was a little tighter, we might be a little upset about it there. Yeah. We would, but, anyway, hopefully we can be a learning experience, as you would say.
Get a nod of approval from the sideline. That's what you got to love.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
35-8 with 10:28 to play. Irish will get it back after the kick here, and the Colonel defense can once again try to hem up Johnson and Benson.
Yeah, you're exactly right there. This team, like I've said all night, they're very exciting still to watch, and I guarantee you its passing situation now are running some long running lanes here, so the defense really has to keep their head on a swivel. They're going to have their hands full still hemming up Johnson. He's going to put on a show to that fat lady of son there, and he's going to play to the end.
So Josh Hill, the free kick here for the Colonels, following the safety. Well, a nice high spiral kick, going to hit at the 37 and take a Colonel roll inside the 30, going to be picked up at the 25 by Benson. Looks for running room left side. Gets by Lipsy, loose up the sideline, 45-50, and taken out of bounds by Hill. Inside Colonel territory, a late flag there as Benson gave Hill a shove. And this one will go back. Boy, you get a safety, you get a big return, a chance to get yourself back in the game, and you get the dead ball personal foul. That's not the way you're going to get back into games and win football games.
And it's 10 minutes still left to go on the clock here. We're thinking that this thing is over with almost, and that's the way we're talking. But, again, 2 exciting plays here in a row, and they're really back in this thing.
Well, they will step this off, and instead of starting in Colonel territory, the Irish start this drive on their side of the 50, 10:16 to play, 35-8.
And that's where you were talking about the discipline right there. Again,
yeah.
Joe shoots himself in the foot there with the personal foul. If you're a coach, you've got to come unglued there on that. You just don't understand. Every time you're trying to get back and get the momentum on your side, or at least out in the middle of the field for somebody's taking, you get shot in the foot there and just make the field a lot longer on yourself.
This drive will start from the Irish 37. And far hash, Johnson will work out of the gun.
And, I thought we ran our lanes very well there on that free kick and just had them hemmed up. I was about to sing praises for James Hill and company for doing a good job running down the lanes. And just like that, though, that's how exciting this duo of Trey Benson and Dylan Johnson are. They really keep you on your feet. Nice return there by them.
3 receivers right, 2 to the left. They send a man in motion far side. Johnson looking to throw. Lofts it over the middle. And it goes through the hands. He had a man open, did a nice job getting that away from the defenders. A.J. McLeod was the intended receiver. Hit him in stride. Just let it go through his hands.
Yeah, Jacob Nelson also out there running his route looked like they had just kind of two seam routes up the middle there, and Johnson they just couldn't connect there. I thought Lester and company did a good job. I saw Wesley jump up, almost got it with his hands there. I did a pretty good job of coverage there, and just couldn't fight it in that pocket there, and fortunately for the Colonels' defense.
2nd and 10, Irish from their own 37. Clock is stopped with 10:11 to play. Snap back to Johnson. Rolls right side, lofts it downfield, complete to Vince Taylor, and he works his way up to midfield before he's taken down. Stephon Smith coming over to make the stop. Robertson in there also.
I like the way that we're tackling here as we go, and those cornerbacks, those defensive backs are taught that as they go in for the tackle, they're going for the ball as well, trying to club it out of there and give credit where it's due. These receivers, they really hold on to that ball there as they haven't fumbled one tonight, and Johnson gets it into his receiver's hand there, and he's able to fight forward for some first down yardage. I also like Clint Jones stepping in there where Houston Dana was out as that blitzing defensive end, and Jones applying a lot of pressure.
1st and 10, Irish from midfield. Johnson with time in the pocket. Goes down left side, and there's going to be a flag. They were trying to hit Elvis Scott. Eli Lipsy had the coverage, and Lipsy going to be flagged for pass interference.
Yeah, just kind of threw it behind him there, and Elvis Scott trying to run back and catch the ball there, and just ran into Eli Lipsy. Thought it was good coverage. It would have been good coverage had the ball been thrown properly, but an underthrown ball there allows for St. Joe to capitalize on a penalty in the defensive secondary.
So we'll mark this off from the 50, and we'll take it down to the 35, where it will be 1st and 10 Irish. .9:33 left to play. Colonels holding on here, 35-8. Holding on really isn't the right word. That makes it sound pretty tight, but the Irish have a chance to strike quickly. Empty backfield for Johnson. Quick pass out of the left flat. Complete to Benson. He's wrapped up. Ball comes loose. Colonels have recovered. Well, Benson was fighting for extra yardage, and 12 gauge comes up with the recovery. Clint Jones, the senior, having a big night.
I was about to say the exact same thing there. He is definitely fighting for the defensive player of the game, the Lost Pizza defensive player of the game. I had to think of who all our sponsors were and weren't this year, and you normally have all this stuff taped on the wall here, and I have to look through signs and everything to watch the game, but just couldn't remember.
I've made it 2 weeks with no tape, and I don't know where to find my rosters these days. I've got to get the tape back in the bag for next week.
I understand. I'll bring it.
Colonels will have it 1st and 10 from their own 42. Looking to chew some clock here, up 35-8 with 9:26 to play. Handoff. We'll go to Putnam coming around the left end. He's got running room. He has a Greenville Motorsports first down. Chased out of bounds in Irish territory at the 39-yard line.
Good job there by Putnam coming around that left wide side there, allowing Lester his up blocking back to make the block there, made that defensive end choose one way or the other. Lester shot him upfield. He wanted to work upfield, so he did that. Putnam wisely ducked up under him there, and then whenever he got out into that open secondary, kind of did a little stutter step there, made that defense check up on him, try to watch him, and Putnam was able to turn on the burners and get in the wide open there. Great job of running by Putnam.
19-yard pickup, 1st and 10 Colonels from the Irish 39. Davis will work from the gun with Lester and Willis in the backfield. Quick pass, left side, caught by Kimball. Makes the first man miss, but taken down inside the 35 at the 34. Raphael Henry coming over to make the stop. 5-yard pickup.
Well, what that does there, again, is St. Joe's starting to key on the run. Boom, they get pinned back on their heels again, because first down is typically a run and play there. Coach Nestor hits Randy Kimball on a little short hitch play out there in the left flats, and Kimball was able to get forward, fight forward for 5 yards there. Gives us a second down and manageable play. Playbook is still wide open.
2nd and 5 from the 34. Backs are split. Handoff goes to Lester. Straight ahead. Ball's inside the 30 to the 29, maybe the 28. We'll see where they mark it. He's very close to the first down marker.
Just a good job of running between the tackles there by Lester. Day Willis that time returning the favor and blocking up front there for Lester and allowing him to vault into that linebacking core secondary there before getting hit. And Lester able to move the chains for the Colonels offense.
5-yard pickup to the 29, a Greenville Motorsports first down.
Go Bill. He got him going tonight. You know, last week I asked him, did he make the Pilla game? And we didn't really know or anything. And I talked to him, and he said it was kind of a game-time decision. And he hated not to go there because of the weather. And he said, as soon as I would have set up the weather, the bottom would have fell out.
First and 10 from the 29. Davis tosses right side to Willis, puts it on the ground, now picks it up, reverses field, coming to the near side. And Willis wrestled out of bounds. We made something positive out of that. Could have been disastrous. See where they mark him out. Looks like around the 26. Give him 3 on the carry.
I tell you, Davis kind of popped there. He turned into a blocker. Well, first off, he was looking down trying to pick up the fumble. Then suddenly Willis picks the ball up, and Davis becomes a blocker there. And he got popped pretty hard having that head on a swivel. Some would-be tackler ran into him there. But like you said, Willis able to get a little something out of nothing there, got to pick up a 3 yards.
Speaking of would-be tackler, the jackhammer has made an appearance. Jack Dodd back in the house tonight, part of that special group that graduated last year for Indianola Academy. 2nd and 7, Colonels from the Irish 26. Ball is on the near hash. Handoff goes to Lester, straight ahead. Picks his way down to the 21, 5-yard pickup. Bring up 3rd and 2.
I don't have a 56 on my roster for St. Joe, but he did a good job from his defensive tackle position, breaking down there and shucking his blocker. Or is that a 58? Yeah, that's going to be 58, Bailey Mitchell. And then suddenly he was met with a head full of steam there as Lester ran him over there and able to get some positive yardage there and get us in a 3rd down and manageable play.
7:24 to play. Colonels on top of the Irish, 35-8. Do we have a timeout on the field? No.
I think Nestor's really just trying to string this thing along here. Well, it's got to be a timeout. Well, there goes the clock again.
Yeah, I was going to say the clock was not running. Even the Water Boys thought there was a timeout. They were headed out to the field. 3rd and 2 for the Colonels from the Irish 21. Putnam will split out wide right, Kimball to the left. I formation in the backfield. Woods Toller is in there. He takes the pitch. He's got the first down, makes the cut at the 15 to the 10 to the 5. Touchdown. Woods Toller, first career touchdown for the IA Colonels. Takes it in from 21 yards out.
And where he needs to go up and give a hug to is number 4, Randy Kimball. Most receivers don't like to block too much, especially whenever it comes onto a linebacker, a lot larger player than him. Randy Kimball did a beautiful crack block there, took out the outside linebacker there, sealed off that outside, allowed Woods Toller to get out there into the open field and make some things happen there. Made a few people would-be tacklers miss. Next thing you know, he's looking at pay dirt. Great job by Woods Toller. Congrats on your first career touchdown rush there.
Robertson on for the extra point. Kick is up and good. 42-8. Colonels all over the Irish here tonight. 6:54 to play. Take a 1-minute break and be back. You're listening to Colonel Football on Super Talk for the Delta.
Folks, Brady Smith with Sunflower Lumber and Home Center here to tell you about our company. Since the 1940s, Sunflower Lumber has been in the same location with the same mission we have today. That's customer service and satisfaction to the fullest. Our dedicated, knowledgeable staff is here to work for you, whether adding on to the hunting camp, updating your kitchen or bath, spring cleaning around your property, or replacing your roof. We're your first stop for all your project needs. Stop by today at 204 Highway 82 in Indianola or give us a call at 662-887-1511 and see what shopping local can do for you. That's Sunflower Lumber and Home Center. And go Colonels.
Magic Mart Pharmacy is a proud supporter of IA Colonel football. We know it takes hard work and commitment to win football games. Come by and let us work hard to earn your business. Serving Indianola and the Delta area as your hometown pharmacy for 25 years. That's Magic Mart Pharmacy located on Highway 82 East behind McDonald's with a drive-through window for your convenience. Magic Mart Pharmacy, where your health is our business. Go Colonels!
Indian.
Welcome back. Woods Toller capping a 6-play, 58-yard drive with a 21-yard touchdown run to put the Colonels on top 42-8. I believe I said 42-6 before the break. It's 42-8 with 6:54 to play. And a fair catch called for by the Irish and hauled in at the St. Joe 37. That's where they will start this drive.
I'm not sure that I saw the fair catch there. The ball bounced in front of him. He got lucky he didn't get taken out there as that ball, it looked, I didn't know what was going on there. Yeah.
Oh, 1st and 10 Irish from their own 37.
You know,
ball will be on the far hash.
You and I were talking, and Kurt, during the timeout there about this team here, and like Kurt said, I think it's finally safe to say that we might actually have this thing wrapped up. This offense is just so talented. It's kind of a home run or bust deal, and you know, it's an all-or-nothing approach here, and any second they can really blow this thing open. But Indianola Academy, you've got to give their defense credit. We have been all over the place tonight making some great plays.
Got some subs in the game. Braden Kimball, Ford Owen, Reeves Policini. The defensive line for the Colonels.
Flag back here in the backfield.
A flag down. John Reese Jackson.
Is that going to be a delay of game or?
Yes, delay of game against the Irish. John Reese Jackson, the free safety. Brandon Brown back in there at cornerback. Like Nolan Nichols at middle linebacker. Grant Coleman in at linebacker also. Connor Moore in there at the rocket position. Trying to make out who that is on the far side, cornerback.
Kurt, that's when I will say that the game is over, when Coach Bridges walks to the sidelines. There you go.
Always a good indication. That is Jacob Sepulveda over there on the far side playing cornerback. Johnson call his own number straight ahead and blitzes through the Colonel defense. 10 of them are giving chase. Nobody will catch him, and Johnson takes it, like I said, 8 yards to the house.
About untouched, too. They might have got a finger or two on him. I tell you, that's how. I know it's just the second team, and everybody's in there trying to just figure out where to go and everything right now, but that young man is talented there. Now, I tell you, he is quick. When he got into that secondary, our guys, would-be tacklers, looked up, and they had figured out they took wrong angles on him very quick. Wow.
42-14 with 5:40 to play. Clock runs.
I was sitting there doing a little admin. Yeah, that was 36-point lead there, so that it is a running clock there for the rest of the game.
And now we're going to see an extra point attempt. Maybe not.
Maybe not. Coach is like, just stay out there. We're not even bringing water.
They were going to send Chris Tonis out for the extra point. Now a timeout on the field. 5:30 to play. Colonel's in control, 42-14 after Dylan Johnson rips off a 68-yard touchdown run. And we will step aside, take a 30-second break, and we'll be back with Colonel Football on Super Talk for the Delta.
Indianola Collision has been a vital part of the Delta business community for over 6 years. Located on Highway 82 in Indianola, Indianola Collision is now certified to repair the new aluminum Ford trucks. And here's good news, we will handle your insurance work for you. All we need is your claim number. We know it's hard to be without your vehicle, and we now have rentals on site. Call us and we'll have a rental waiting on you, no delay. Scott Lofton says, thank you for your business. Without you, we wouldn't be here. For all your auto body repairs, call Scott or Derek at Indianola Collision at 887-2000. That's Indianola Collision.
Welcome back. Watson Cook and Brady Smith with you from Legion Field. The Colonels in front of the Irish 42-14 with 5:30 to play. We had a timeout on the field. Now the Irish will attempt the extra point. It will be Elvis Scott to hold. Britton Burden will be the snapper, and Chris Tonis on for the extra point try. Tonis puts the kick up, and it goes wide left. No good. Score remains 42-14. Clock will continue to run. 5:10 to play. Really you look at the game as a whole, it's a dominant performance for Indianola Academy, but you certainly see, like you said earlier, even though that was against the second unit, the quick strike ability of St. Joe when they get their athletes going with Johnson, Benson, Nelson, Taylor. You keep naming them. They have the ability to strike, but how about this effort from the IA Colonels tonight?
Yeah, it's been wonderful here. I tell you, it's been an exciting game here throughout, and it's just been a good game to watch, and I'm glad to be a part of it here tonight. And this defense and offense has really showed out here, both sides and special teams. Again, we've been able to capitalize there, and, yet again, I don't know. I mean, it's just we're definitely exceeding our expectations that I had on us. I knew we had a young unit, but offensive line really. I mean, yet again, I got to give them a nice grade. They've done a very good job allowing Davis time to pass there, also opening and creating some lanes for the running backs there. And I thought that was a very huge question mark at the beginning of the season, and this offensive line's really come up and stepped up tonight and made some plays for this Colonel's offense. We knew the defense was going to be good. We knew that, and I didn't know they were going to be this good to keep Dylan Johnson and company down to 6 points there. That's pretty good. That's very good.
Van Shell will kick off. End-over-end kick to be taken at the 27-yard line by Brewer Wright. And a nice return up across the 40 to the 46-yard line.
I thought that's who that was.
Coach Shan Wright, proud of the efforts there. Gives a round of applause. A big high five. How about that?
Yeah. I tell you that the crowd actually had a pretty good roar there. Everybody pretty excited, liking to see Brewer run that ball back there. And what I liked is he was tucking it with his right side. Boom, swapped over to the left side. I mean, I tell you what, that's running back in the making right there, man. Looking good.
Thomas Putnam will take over at quarterback for the Colonels with 2:50 to play. Going to have somebody else up front.
What I do like is this is running a lot of time off that clock up there.
42-14, Putnam under center. He will turn handoff to Connor Moore. And Moore will be stacked up at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. We'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Got a lot of subs in here now on the offensive side of the ball as well. You want to try to get all them in?
Yeah, John Clayton Chisholm in there at receiver. John Luther Selby on the line up front. Just trying to call him out as I see the numbers. Brandon Brown in there. John Reese Jackson.
Reeves Policini. 22, Brandon Brown, yeah. Number 10 is Connor Moore.
Putnam under center on 2nd and 7. This time it'll be Chisholm with the carry. And works his way in Irish territory to the 48, 3-yard pickup for John Clayton Chisholm.
Now, we do have a 55 out there playing, and I'm not seeing one on the roster.
It looks like maybe dressed out in a junior high jersey. Not sure who that is. We apologize.
Yeah. 77 Ford Owen.
Nolan Nichols has checked in as well.
Yeah, 27 Nolan. Yep, just went out there as well. This is a statistician's nightmare here, right, Kurt?
Yep. We approach the 1-minute mark. Putnam will turn, handoff to Nichols. Bounces out to the right side. He's got a Greenville Motorsports first down. Taken down hard, out of bounds in Irish territory.
Maybe they don't have the depth there, but that's not really fair that Trey Benson, number 1, is still out there having to play cleanup duty here against the second-team guys.
I don't think Nichols was too happy about that.
Yeah, he wasn't, because I'm telling you, he was going to pay dirt there, and Benson slammed him down kind of with authority real quick.
17-yard pickup for Nichols, 1st and 10 Colonels. They'll have to snap it one more time.
I like this scrappy bunch of guys here finishing this game up, looking good.
Handoff will go to John Clayton Chisholm. He's wrapped up at the line of scrimmage and dropped for no gain, and that will be the final play of the game. The IA Colonel is going to improve to 2-0 on the year. They will knock off the St. Joe Fighting Irish 42-14. That will be your final score.
Well, a great game here, and the crowd came out and showed up tonight, and the facility